And the stage is set for a pretty big show out here today. Thanks for joining us on the Crankworx YouTube channel. Hey, conditions are good today, Alan.
Yeah, conditions are really good. I've been stoked on the pace of practice this morning. So many riders getting so many runs, locking in their tricks. It's going to be a good competition.
We start out early. It's just 9 a.m. local time here in New Zealand to ensure the best conditions. And the weather has delivered. As Alan says, the riders are ripping in practice. Ōtautahi Slopestyle kicking off the 2026 season, about to get underway. Here we go. Well, thanks for joining us right here on the Crankworx YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to be coming at you live from right here all season long. It's a 5-stop world tour, and I could not think of a better way to kick it off than right here in beautiful Ōtautahi, Christchurch, right?
Yeah, no paywall, free shows all year long. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, to be here in Christchurch, we're starting early this year. February, we're kicking off the world tour, more stops, some new formats in the mix. It's going to be a really exciting season.
So much to do out here. Obviously, we're at Christchurch Adventure Park, where it's a purpose-built bike park here. The chairlift is the first in the world that was created just for biking. This isn't a repurposed ski resort or a foot traffic tourism lift. This is all about downhill mountain bike riding right here. And we're in the coastal city of Christchurch, New Zealand, which is the second biggest city in the nation. You can pretty much do everything here. You can go surfing, you got beach time. We're taking a look at some shots here from the suburb of Lyttelton, which is a port city here outside, about 12 kilometers outside of Christchurch. I did the scenic drive from Queenstown just a couple days ago. Couldn't think of a better place to be this time of year, where it is actually summertime down here in the southern hemisphere. And we're kicking off a slopestyle season like none other. We have some changes to the way things are going to work here in 2026. We're calling it the Slopestyle Super League, which is a new way of running the system, basically including gold and diamond events. All the points are added up for the end of the season, where we kick things off in Mont Saint Anne, Quebec, which will be the World Championships. So think about it like the way World Championships work in downhill. You got to qualify for that final event, and that will be the first time we're doing a slopestyle event on the World Tour in Mont Saint Anne, Quebec. So these regular season events are valuable for the points to qualify you for that final event, but also the bragging rights that come with each individual event. We're going to be taking 7 men and 3 women advancing to the finals alongside the pre-qualified athletes from the playoffs, which will take place at Silver Star. So the goal in these preliminary events is to make it into the final, and then Silver Star will be an opportunity for those riders who aren't pre-qualified yet to finish in those top spots and make it to the big show in Mont Saint Anne. We're also including other events that aren't on the Crankworx World Tour. You see Bike Fest Kalnika and Red Bull District Ride will also play into the Slopestyle Super League overall. And then similar format that you're familiar with from previous slopestyle seasons here today, Alan.
Yeah, definitely. Each rider is going to get 2 visits to the course. Their best run is going to count. You know they're going to be laying it all on the ground. They did have the advantage of doing a qualifier to sort of build into it. It was a little bit windy. Some riders were sort of laying up, but look for their best tricks coming out of the gate in run 1 today.
Well, speaking about best tricks, obviously a slopestyle run, you're trying to fit as many tricks as you can in on each run. This course has 8 features. At the end, after 2 runs are said and done, anybody who is in within 10 points of the top 3, including those top 3 finishers from run 1 and run 2, will have the option of participating in our slopestyle shootout, which is something new we're talking about introducing into the event here today as an experiment. I'm pretty excited about the way this could potentially work. Basically, all those riders at the end will be able to pick one feature on the course that they want to go and do one additional best trick on, where they can have an opportunity to increase their ranking. So anybody within 10 points of the top 3 has that opportunity to go in there and move up the rankings. basically in a nutshell, what it means is we're not going to be seeing victory laps out here anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting all the way from beginning to end. But what that does for the rider's strategy is no matter what, you always want to work in your hardest, best, newest trick into your runs. But that puts a danger aspect into it because you need a top to bottom. So now we might have riders saving that one big banger trick to be able to do it on that single jump, that single run in the shootout. So strategy is going to come into play. I'm hoping for more variety of tricks. We're going to get to see what's in these riders' pockets a little bit more throughout the season. I think it's a great format, and I'm looking forward to it.
For sure. When I first saw this format written down on paper, I thought, ooh, this could really make this season exciting. And my first thought was, as long as the riders are on board, and it sounds like they are. For more on that, let's listen in to Nicholi Rogatkin on what he thinks about this shootout format.
So let's talk about this new format. We're gonna run the competition as normal. 2 runs, best run counts, but the shootout is added to the end. A final trick on a feature of the rider's choice that scores between 1 and 10, and you can add it to your score. What do you think about this, Griffin?
Man, I'm pretty excited about this. It's gonna be crazy. It's something new. We're gonna have to get our heads wrapped around it, but it's definitely gonna add some action to the event. And yeah, some strategy is gonna be involved, some drama. It's gonna be electric, I think.
Absolutely. Slopestyle is such a game of strategy, and honestly, this format still ensures that the runs are the most important thing, because if you get a higher score, that means you don't have to do as gnarly of a trick. But if you're sitting outside the podium or outside the top spot, you go out there, you try some move that you've been working on, and if it works, it might skyrocket you to glory. So the final podium, the final results is not going to be ensured until the very end of the competition. You agree?
I agree. I think some riders are gonna have nothing to lose, be able to do the biggest, baddest tricks. If they crash, they crash. And then it's going to put some pressure on these top riders, yes?
Yeah, we got to stay open-minded. We're testing a format. We're not expecting it to be perfect, but hopefully it's exciting, and let us know what you think.
I'll tell you what I think right now. The idea of riders like Nicholi Rogatkin and Griffin Paulson, after they're done with their 2 complete runs, having the opportunity to go up there and send a banger. I can't wait for this. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. This is what we need in slopestyle to keep it exciting. The idea that we've had so many victory laps over the past seasons, and that could potentially be eliminated now, and the story won't be over. If it goes down today, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a way to really mix the excitement of both formats, really, you know, a best trick format and a run competition where you get multiple chances for a top to bottom. Combining those 2 aspects is really, really unique in this sport, in the sport of freestyle in general.
We got some characters out there, so why not build these characters up? Let's take a look at some of our favorite riders we're looking forward to seeing today. First up, Shealen Reno as Annie Oakley. Take a look at this right here. Annie Oakley, the sharpshooter known for her consistency and accuracy. That's Shealen Reno out of Texas right here. You see her cruising around the venue with her cowgirl hat on. She's warming up her pistols right now. The consistency and accuracy required to stomp a trick shot with a pistol is similar to how consistent she's been once we introduced a women's category into slopestyle. 3rd place at Joyride the past 2 seasons. She was the first overall world champion for slopestyle in the women's category, and she's one you never want to count out. Who do you got, Alan?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Terminator. Harriet Burbidge-Smith. She's got style, she's got YOLO, creativity, and consistency. 7 across the board with all of those factors in her riding. But, you know, has rebuilt herself just like a Terminator. She had some big injuries, almost a full year off of competition, coming back, still on the comeback train. I'm really looking for her to kick this season off strong and build some confidence going forward.
Also excited to see Patricia Druwen. I mean, when the women's category was introduced, we initially thought, well, she's going to dominate. That's going to be a shoo-in. But you know what? She's taken her time. She did kick off the season last year with a big win in Rotorua. We're seeing some B-roll of that right now with those double bar spins. She's currently ranked 3rd in the world. Look out for her out here today. She will be dropping last in the women's field because she's the #1 qualifier. It's going to be good in the women's field. It's yet to be seen if they're going to do the shootout. We'll have to see. But Patty Druwen definitely has the most tricks in the field.
Yeah, not only does she have the most tricks, that's what another element of strategy. Maybe she doesn't save her hard trick for the end, and she just wants to blow everyone away by 10 points and not even have a shootout and call it a day. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about it, and I think in the women's category, yeah, there's maybe the most options because it's a little bit more differentiated in the riding.
So we're excited to see who will take the big first win of the season in the women's category out there today. We will start with the women, but also at the end of the show, we will be giving away a nice Crankworx Christchurch piece of merchandise here. You're only able to get this two ways. You're either here and you buy it at the merch tent, or you hang out with us here on the Crankworx YouTube channel. You participate in the chat box. If you have something funny, you get us chuckling, we're going to send this your way. So make sure you participate down there at the bottom of your window in the Crankworx YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and get involved in the conversation. We will be putting your comments up on the screen, having some fun with it throughout the day. We will start the broadcast off with the women, and then we'll be working our way into the men. We'll be doing the shootout at the end of the women's runs. We'll be doing the shootout at the end of the men's runs, and we are moments away from turning to the cameras that are pointed at the top of the course right now. The riders are making their way up, and the crowd is filling in here at Ōtautahi Christchurch. We've got a panel of judges up there in the booth right now. I can see them looking over my shoulder. We got Connor McFarlane, we got Phil McLean, and Peter Henke, and they're excited about the new formats we have this year as well. We'll be checking in with them. Hey, can you hear me, Pete?
I can hear you, Cam.
What up, man? Hey, a lot of excitement to start the season here this year. Are you guys looking forward to the shootout as well?
Yeah, it's super exciting. It's a new format for all the riders, for us judges as well. And yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see and super exciting.
It's cool to have Connor and Phil up there with you as well. I know Phil has been heavily involved in the creation of this course. I know there's been a lot of rain last week, and so we just got to really tip the cap to the course builders making this thing flow. The amount of drainages they put in to make sure that the water sheds off the course, just Phil McLean, the mastermind up there, making sure this competition could happen today.
Yeah, and that wasn't like weeks ago they had to repair. That was like this week they had to completely repair and make this track rideable. And from everything we've heard from the riders this morning, everything is running to perfection, so game on today.
Speaking of the course, let's check it out here in our course preview.
Christchurch, behind Kaidan. I can show you the course. Let's go. Strapping. They're coming in. I'm way too close behind him, honestly. This first big wooden flat jump. Oh my god, this is crazy fun already. We just majorly blasted him. Oh my goodness. Almost hitting him into this big dirt. Super sick. Now into another dirt. We just big step down and give it a flip. Now we rip it through this storm. Connect him. Some spins. Oh, I'm way too close to this guy. Now we're going to destruction. We're almost at the end of the course. Now into this final feature. Big slick jump. Big through from Kaidan. I'm going to give her a nice spin. And there it is. Bro, I was so close to you. That course feels insane. It's so blasty. That was sick as. It's going to be a sick event. Bro.
All right, well, we got run one for the women coming up after the break. Ōtautahi Slopestyle, first stop of the World Tour, coming up. Don't go away. Ōtautahi Christchurch, nature, culture, and adventure, all in one place. Get out and explore. Here we go, Ōtautahi Christchurch, Ōtautahi Slopestyle, a perfect morning for it. Take a look, our eyes go right toward the wind, 5 mile per hour wind. We love that, anything in the single digits. We're game on for Slopestyle. Beautiful 16 degrees Celsius, 61 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny morning today. Could not ask for better conditions. We got the women at the top of the course ready to drop. Taking a look at our start list, we're going to be kicking things off with none other than the American Chelsea Kimball. coming from more of a free ride big bike background. Exciting to see her trying her hand at slopestyle here today, Alan.
Yeah, Chelsea never one to shy away from a new experience on two wheels. That's found herself in Rampage, Fest Series events. She's built her own compound in Auburn, California, so I expect to see some fun jumps out of her. She was struggling to get through the course all week long, but did make that happen for this qualifying. So I'm excited to see her on a bike she's not normally used to, a more DJ style bike. She's, like you said, ready, usually, you know, riding those big full suspension bikes, gnarly mountains, big 80, 90-foot gaps. Chelsea is a beast.
I love bringing the World Tour around the world because we get to see young up-and-comers like Morgan Antone, who will be the second rider to drop. She's one of my favorite up-and-coming riders. She doesn't shy away from big crazy tricks like cliffhangers, but before that, we're going to be talking about Chelsea Kimball, who we see on screen right now, the top of the course, ready to goggle up and kick off this competition. Here we go. We got Love is the Ultimate Law weighing in on the Crankworx YouTube chat box here. Thanks for joining the conversation. Thanks for setting your alarm for today's competition that kicks off the 2026 season. And we are underway now. Chelsea Kimball dropping in.
Nice little drop in right there. She's catching that transition up nice and high. That's going to be the main focus right here, is landing up high on these landings, making sure she keeps her momentum going, diving off of the step down. The riders were talking about how the sun is playing a factor there. Chelsea looking really smooth. Let's hope this is some momentum. Oh, looks like, yeah, just not going to get around that shark fin right there. You got to have a lot of speed. You were commenting earlier today, Cam, on how the corners are such a big part of this course.
It really is. Even at the very start, you talk to a lot of the riders, and they're talking about how when they trick the flat drop, they're thinking about transferring over to the rider's right side so that they enter the berm from the outside, able to carry all the exit speed into the first wood to dirt hip. And that also comes into play at the bottom of the course as well, making sure you line up for that shark fin and get your run in for the final trick jump. Chelsea Kimball, a rider that mostly spends her time in the big mountains on the full suspension bikes. And it's a different skill set to carry speed through these more dirt jumpy, pump tracky sections. It's just great to have her out here trying her hand at it. But this is definitely not where she thrives. That is yet anyways. We know that we can never count her out once she puts her mind to something. But next up at the top of the course here in this two-run format, it's going to be the youngster out of Wanaka, just north of Queenstown, New Zealand, Morgan Antone. She may have popped up on your Instagram Explore because there's not too many riders in the world doing cliffhangers, but Morgan Antone is one of them. She likes to think outside the box with her trick choices. We're really excited to see her in finals here today. She took a 7th at the Crankworx Summer Series in Silver Star in BC last year. A well-rounded rider who's definitely just as comfortable on the big bike as she is here on the hardtail. Morgan Antone dropping in.
Morgan getting a solid drop in right there. You know she's got some big tricks in that bag. Big tuck no-hander on the hip. Staying nice and high right there. This is where it's going to be super important to keep that speed. A suicide no-hander down the step down. Bars get a little tweaked, but she recovers nicely. Gets a C grab over right there. Oh, and then just misses that pump.
No.
There's a roller right there that you got to pump and get that timing perfect in order to pop out of that shark fin. Just mistimed that slightly right there for Morgan. Morgan's sort of a Jill of all trades. She's got some under 19 DH enduro and slalom Crankworx results, so really a rider of all capabilities.
Considering Chelsea didn't make it through the course in run number 1, we're thinking if Morgan makes it through the finish line, she would be sitting in that hot seat, especially after she started this run off strong with this tuck no-hander over the second feature here. She had a good run going with some balance as well, complimenting it here.
Yeah, consistency is going to pay a lot in this women's category. Really just getting a trick off on every jump, which she had accomplished until this point right here. It looks like she sat down a little bit to recover a slipped pedal and just missed that pump and did not have the confidence to come out of that shark fin.
On that wood to dirt right hip is another case on this course where you want to be transferring to the landing in the right spot to set up in the right spot to carry speed through the next section. So far, none of our riders crossing the finish line here, which really opens the door for the next rider set to drop at the top of the course right now. Harriet Burbidge-Smith, we talked about her at the top of the show. She's coming back from injury. It's great to see her here competing again.
Yeah, 29 years old out of Canberra. She's definitely looking to rebuild and get some confidence going into this 26th season. We have 5 events. This is number 1. It's good to have her here for the beginning of the season yet again. Smooth dropping right there, what she got on the first feature. Gets a nice smooth tire grab, landing up high on that hip. Toboggan coming into the step down. It's double blind, step down blind, sun blind, suicide no-hander right there. Railing that turn. This is where we've seen some riders having some troubles. Gets a little trick off, gets a pedal up and out of that shark fin. There she goes. Shot out of a cannon into this final feature. Nice tuck no-hander, spreading those wings, getting a solid run in.
Well, that'll without a doubt be the top run so far today, considering it's the first run to complete into the finish corral. Harriet filling it with some good upright tricks. We know she has more in her bag if she gets pushed to dig a little bit deeper in run number 2.
Yeah, such a solid foundation, not only for today, but for the 26th season, you know? She missed the beginning of the season last year, still recovering from injuries, so this is going to be a huge momentum builder for Harriet, not only today in this competition, but for the 26th season.
Yeah, don't be surprised if we see some higher scores coming in from Shealen Reno and Patricia Druwen, our last 2 riders to drop in run number 1 here for the women. Some higher scores could mean we'll see Harriet rotating on this course in run number 2, but right now she set the score to beat, which is a 74.66. Leaf OMTB, thanks for joining us. Here we go, Shealen Reno, Annie Oakley up at the top of the course now, currently ranked 11th in the world rankings. She took 3rd at Joyride last year. Let's see if she can move into the top spot.
Gets an X up on that drop-in. Shealen, that looked like a one-footed invert right there. Coming in on this hip, down the step down. You were saying she's like a sharpshooter. She's so consistent there, a tuck no-hander. So consistent on making sure she gets a trick off every jump right there.
Yeah.
Superman C-grab.
That's what's up.
Able to get that pump. Can she get out of that shark fin just up and over?
Come on.
Getting the safety pedal. She's got enough speed right here. Nice no-foot can coming in. Getting a nice variety of tricks, using her hands, using her feet. So consistent with making sure she gets a trick off of every set.
That right there is exactly the type of riding you expect from Shealen Reno. Some upright combos that just tend to stack up in points on the judges' score sheets. Lucas Perkins saying, let's go, ladies.
Made a nice recovery right there. She bobbled her pedal after that one-foot invert, but kept it going, was not going to shut this run down. There's that Superman C grab. Haven't seen that too many times out of Shealen, so you know she's been training at her facility just outside of Austin. Coming in clean with that no-footed can-can.
That's what's up. That's definitely going to be the top score. Let's see what the actual number looks like. The judges' scores coming in, 81.33. We're into the 80s with a new score to beat here with one more rider left to go in run number 1 for the women. I love to see her spreading her wings and expanding her trick repertoire. That Superman C grab, like you say, is something new we haven't seen from her. She's so consistent, but we're looking at a rider right now who has more technical tricks and can easily move into that top spot if she stomps them now. Patricia Druwen. Here we go.
Gets a bar spin off of that drop in.
That's gonna score huge.
Big tuck no-hander on the hip. Patricia, one of the best at the bar spin combinations in the women's category. Nice, huge suicide right there, laying it back like Ryan Nyquist. Gets a bar spin off that jump right there, gets a pedal in. She's got to get the speed out of that shark fin. She gets it right there. What's she going to do on this last set? Another suicide no-hander, so a couple repeat tricks right there. Again, another good foundation for Patricia.
Yeah, that's just indicative of being on another level right now where you can kind of get away with repeating a trick because you tricked absolutely everything with a higher degree of difficulty than anybody else in the field. We just caught the tail end of that bar spin off of the start drop there. That's going to play into the score in a big way.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight of her run right there. We saw Patricia battling through and breaking out of that pressure last year, really coming into her own. Really excited to see how she's going to be able to carry that momentum through in this 26 season.
Well, this is going to be a big score. Right now, the score to beat an 81.33 held by Shealen Reno. Patricia Druwen score moments away from coming in. Here we go. Yep, 85. Patricia Druwen now holding the score to beat. No big surprises there. That was a banger.
So the judges awarding that drop-in bar spin off that first feature in a big way. Such a risky move. One of the things that's hard to realize from the video is when you're riding off that, it's completely blind. You don't see where you're landing. You don't see where you're going. It's just a drop. Looking at the standings right here. Patricia Druwen with that 85. Shealen Reno not far back with an 81. We know she's got more. And Harriet Burbidge-Smith, also a rider we've seen go upside down and do several tricks that she did not do in that run. So plenty of opportunities for this to shuffle up in the second runs.
Patty, great run. You're sitting in the lead right now with an 85. Obviously, that bar spin off the top drop playing into that score as well. On the scale of safety run to banger run, where does that one rank for you?
I think this was a super chill run. Like, I got the whole week super sick. I was laying in bed the whole week. I did all my tricks this morning, and I thought, yeah, just gonna do a chill, safe run to just get a run down. And yeah, it worked pretty good. Not what I wanted and not what I can do, but still not too bad.
Well, it's exciting to be able to watch you take a seat now, watch the rest of the runs, and see if you have to push it. You obviously have more for run number 2 if you need to, right?
Yeah, if I have to do something more, I will go for it, but I'm super, not ready now, and I just gonna chill and see how it goes next run.
Awesome.
Know.
Congrats. Best of luck moving forward. That was a great run.
Thank you.
All right, so best of 2 run format, meaning that Patty gets to sit down now, see what the other riders have in their bag, and if anybody can contend with that, she's got more she can push and try to increase that 85. But no big surprises there. We know that her trick bag is so much deeper than the rest of the field. Now, real opportunity lies with riders like Harriet and Shealen because they have the rotations. Harriet has the rotations, and Shealen can add more combos in there. But do you think they have enough to knock Patty out of that spot?
You know, I think that they definitely have enough to really push Patty to have to really dig into her bag of tricks and do something more. We also have Morgan and Chelsea. They have the opportunity to make a run, get through, bump up to within that 10-point threshold, and force them all to a shootout. So it's exciting.
Ooh, shootout. I can't wait for the shootout. We got the men coming up right now, and of course we have a cast of characters in the men's field as well. And as you've seen with the women's field, we're having some fun with this year. Right now we got Nicholi Rogatkin's card as the opposite Hulk. I know when you hear the word opposite associated with Nicholi Rogatkin, you're thinking, what are you talking about? This guy hardly ever drops opposite tricks. We're talking opposite Hulk because the character the Hulk, he gets angry and that gets big and he turns green. Nicholi Rogatkin, when he gets psyched, he gets red and turns gigantic. But also, he has been hinting at some opposite tricks on Instagram. Looks like he's polished up an opposite cash roll. Will we see that today? Who knows? Now we got Paul Couderc. Mild-mannered, just like Peter Parker. But when duty calls, he throws on the suit, jumps from tall buildings, and rises to the occasion. He's got a silver medal in Crankworx Slopestyle from Joyride in 2023. We're seeing a flashback to his run from last year. This guy is one that you can never count out, has some of the craziest video parts to ever grace the internet in the sport of freeride mountain biking. Has definitely been spreading his wings more into the freeride realm, but we are excited to still have him in slopestyle. But really, this guy right here will be second to last to drop, Alan.
Yeah, David Godziek, talking to him earlier, always calm, cool, and collected, but really excited to get this season kicked off. He's got a really solid block of training under his belt. He's ready to go for the 2026 season, and he's going to kick it all off here in Christchurch.
What about Chance Moore? If you look at his percentage of top fives in his young career so far, he's unbeatable. He's already had a podium, third in cans last year. He's had 2 fifths. His consistency is off the charts. He also has hinted at tricks that we've never seen stomped in the context of a top-to-bottom Crankworx slopestyle run. Will we see them today in either of his 2 runs, or will we perhaps see them in the shootout? Time will tell.
Yeah, he's a rider we have no questions asked that will benefit from that shootout format.
With the Ōtautahi Slopestyle being a gold event, it meant we had a qualifying round yesterday open to about 30 riders, and we chiseled it down to the top 16. Just squeaking in was the youngster, 15 years of age, out of Utah in the United States, is Lyon Hyldahl. Really excited to see him make his gold event debut. And we got Paul Couderc, who we just spoke about. Erik Fedko back on the list. That's always exciting.
Yeah, stoked to have Fedko back to kick off the season. And look at here where it starts to get big name city. Griffin Paulson, Nicholi Rogatkin, Lucas Huppert, David Godziek, and Kaidan Ingersoll, who took the #1 qualifying spot over David Godziek yesterday.
Look out for Kaidan Ingersoll. He is the defending champion here in Christchurch. He won the Ōtautahi Slopestyle just a year ago, and like you say, is the #1 rider from qualifying. He has the luxury of being able to drop last and play his cards accordingly based on where the scores sit when he goes. But we'll be kicking things off with the youngster here out of Provo, Utah, Lyon Hyldahl. Andrew Cohn, 1332, weighing in, saying, so excited for the men's. All the riders are such an inspiration to me. Couldn't agree with you more, especially this youngster right here, Lyon Hyldahl, who very much represents the future of slopestyle competition.
Yeah, watching Lyon in practice, the mindset is what stands out to me. He wants it. He's not just here riding. He wants to be a part of this. And here we go. Now's his chance. Big 360 X up off the drop. A little bit of a foot stomp, but he's able to recover. Comes right into a Quark 720. Nice truck 270 on the hip, keeping the nose down, keeping that speed up. Flip bar spin down the double blind, step down straight into the sun. Another flip bar right there coming in. Now, does he have the speed out of the shark fin? For a rider this small, keeping his speed is so important. What's he got coming into the final jump?
Come on, Lyon, big 3-whip.
Oh, comes up just a little short and bounces. You see him shaking his head. That's that mindset. He wants perfection. He expects perfection, but man, that is more than you could possibly need for a 15-year-old rider.
How is this kid dropping runs like this at 15?
I don't know, I had yeah, it's a little sketchy, but round 1, you still got run 2? Yeah. Nice job. Thanks. Yeah.
You think back to last year, he was here as well. He had his seat fall off in the finals. The bike is intact here in 2026, and that was a banger run.
Yeah, to come off of that first drop and slip a pedal, recover straight into that Cork 7, he's riding years beyond his ability right now, and I'm excited. It's so fun to watch.
I love to see him roll through the finish line here after that 3-whip. For a second, I thought he might get pitched down. We've seen him cleaning that straight to the pedals in practice, but that was a lot to pack into one run right there. Giving the judges a challenge here to set their baseline. They're going with a 54.66, leaving themselves plenty of room for the rest of the 15 riders here in the field.
Always a tough position to be the first rider to drop, but really handling it like a champ.
Oh man, from a youngster straight into a veteran, Paul Couderc, the rider who took second at Joyride 2023. That's his sole Crankworx Slopestyle podium, but he has had 2 4th places, both last season. A rider who's been dabbling in the free ride realm, putting together video parts in southern Utah, but it's great to still have him here on the slopestyle circuit. Run #1 underway here for the Frenchman, Paul Couderc.
Big flat drop X up right there. Might have been going for a bar spin. 360, that's about a 450 tail whip actually right there. 3 toboggan. Tricking everything is going to be super important in this men's category as well. Flip whip down the step down. Gets a pedal in, keeps his momentum. Corked opposite 720 right there. Gets a little bit sideways off of that shark fin, but he's able to recover. And then a regular 720 right there. Able to pull it around. such a big stunt rider, rides with so much passion. You can feel it in the air.
So good, Paul. Yes.
Paul Couderc coming over to our booth. Love to see him stomping that first run.
Right away when we saw him land that regular cork sev, you know what he wanted on the last jump. That flat flip X up off the start was a great way to kick things off.
Yeah, to be able to spin a 720 in 2 different directions as well as 2 different styles, really showing his versatility. And there's that first one, opposite corked 720. And then right there coming around, front end was a little high, but he was able to take advantage of it. Scientist Renzo right there, you're right, that was buttery smooth.
Yeah, that was spotless, and I got to imagine that was exactly what Paul wanted. Going to be really interesting to see what the judges do with that score.
Paul was talking about really having the energy to recharge this season. I think that's exactly what he needed to do it. A 77.66, ranked first right now.
Yeah, we're going to continue to just ramp things up right now. I love the fact that we had a qualifying round, so these are being run in reverse order with our top rider from yesterday dropping last, Kaidan Ingersoll. Right now we'll keep chipping away at the start list. We got Jaden Chipman coming up next, the Canadian ranked 18th in the world. He had a second at Sugarloaf on the Crankworx Summer Series last year. What's he got for us, Alan?
Big truck driver off of that drop right there. Big flip bar to tuck no hander. He gets a little offline right there, has to cut that short. Let's see if he can keep that momentum going. Here he comes right there, triple bar spin 360. That's a triple truck driver on the step down, straight into a cash roll. He's recovered his speed now, so we will see him to the bottom, barring out of that shark fin, barring this little step down, so getting extra points where he can, straight into a flip bar spin. So maybe not what he wanted, but an amazing recovery right there out of Jaden.
Absolutely huge recovery at the top, and then by the bottom, he wasn't even taking pedals in the section where we see people just struggling for speed. The judges do take that into consideration as well.
Yeah, Jaden coming from a BMX background, a pretty highly awarded National Series BMX rider, but he's made the switch to slopestyle. He wants to go bigger and go better, and that was where he made that mistake. You saw him have to take a pedal, and his ability to recover that speed and manage to get off a quadruple combination right there down the step down, 3 bar spins and a 360 is quite impressive.
This was really impressive to me, the fact that he just pumped his way through that shark fin setup, bar spinning both of those airs, and still having the speed for a trick on the final jump, wrapping it up in the backflip bar spin. The score coming in for Jaden Chipman, it's going to be a 65.66, good enough for second place. Ooh. Next rider to go, another Canadian, Jack Feick. He won the event on the Crankworx Summer Series last year at Sugarloaf. Youngster, 19 years old, out of Calgary. It was fun watching him practice. He looks like he's a rider who's able to really put in some combos, catching those whips early. Let's see what he's got.
360X up right there.
Could have been an opposite,
coming down. He was definitely goofy-footed. I'm not totally familiar with his direction, so yeah, that definitely is opposite right there. Backflip, double bar spin. See Jack railing that turn, keeping his momentum straight into a double flip. So we got double flips mid-set, barring out, getting those little points to where he can. 360 double tail, gets a little bit off. So that was definitely an opposite 360 up top. The judges will be taking that creativity into account.
Yeah, the whole run I was waiting to see that left side spin, knowing that that would be so much more valuable if he's spinning both ways in this run. That was super well rounded. Obviously missing pedals a bit on that 3 double whip on the final jump, but let's wrap our heads around this. The opposite 360X up off the start drop.
Yeah, right there into the double downside tail whip.
Could have been opposite.
Was
double
also, yeah.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, somebody's been watching some ML highlights.
Yeah, doing things both directions. To put that into context, I think we've used, just try brushing your teeth with your opposite hand.
I mean,
see how hard that is.
The mid-course dub flip is heavy.
Fueled by grade A Canadian maple syrup. You know it, baby.
When we saw him doing 3 whips on the final jump in practice, we knew he was eyeing up something else, and it was that 3 double whip. And what will the score be for run number 1 from Jack Feick in this 2-run best counts format with a little sprinkled bit of seasoning on top, knowing that we might be seeing that shootout after second runs?
Yeah, just another element. You know, these riders now, they're not only looking at how high their score is, but they're going to check and see if it's within 10 points of those top 3 riders. That will keep them in that shootout range. We're going to see how this develops. Jack Feick's score coming in.
73.66 slots Jack Feick into second place. He goes, all right. You guys want to see me do that same run and clean the pedals on the last jump? I'll go back up there and do it. Something tells me by the end of the season, he's going to have a smaller number next to his ranking than 20th in the world. This kid is on fire. But up next, the German rider, Leonardo Schweizer, second at the Monza Pizza Invitational last year. Third at Roma Bike Fest last year.
Getting a truck driver right there off of the drop. Comes right into a 360 tail whip, 2X up. There's an opposite 270, showing some creativity and versatility. I believe that was a triple truck driver on the step down. It looked like his weight got a little bit far forward. Didn't quite get over that knuckle.
I mean, coming up short by maybe 3-4 inches. And that's enough to derail the train here for Leonardo Schweizer.
You can see his bars are turned right there, so that could have been part of the reason why he crashed. Crossover athlete right here. He also competes on the Freeride World Tour for snowboarding.
That's insane.
Super impressive.
I feel like we're going to see more of that in the modern era here as more and more mountain athletes from the snow sports spend their summers on the mountain bike.
Yeah, you can see as he was coming around right there, his front end dropped down just a little bit as he was reaching for that landing. The momentum of the rear end started to come around and just not able to keep traction on the tires off that bounce.
Yeah, definitely look out for Leonardo Schweizer in run number 2. He's got a score to settle after going down in run number 1. But next up, ranked 5th in the world is going to be the Canadian Chance Moore. He had a bronze medal in Cairns last year. 5th in Rotorua last year. Has burst onto the scene. I don't even think he's been outside the top 6 yet in his Slopestyle World Tour career. He's been down here for quite a while now. He was up at Dream Track, dropping cork 7s and flip whips in the natural selection bike dream ticket qualifier. Definitely expect to see this guy expanding into the free ride realm. But such a youngster now, he is not even close to done with what he's going to accomplish in slopestyle at a Langley, BC. Has been honing his skills in his backyard training facility. He's also been training in Queenstown for the past couple weeks. Here's a big opportunity for Chance to make waves out here.
Here we go. Off of the flat drop. Oh. Big front flip, diving off of that flat drop, completely blind right there. Yeah. Backflip, double tail whip on the hip right there, able to get a truck 270. So he is on point right now. Huge cork 7 down the step down, keeping his momentum, looking really strong right now. Opposite 720. So he's already spun, double spins both directions, getting those little jibs in, keeping it smooth. What has he got?
Chance Moore. Double flip, stomped!
Absolutely.
That was a huge
solid run out of Chance Moore.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love seeing his fit on point. You can tell he's so calm and confident about his riding. His costume choice is coming into play.
Chance, man, that was insane. We were chatting with Chance right before he went up for that run. And we've had a lot of riders come up to us and say, oh yeah, this and that, I'm kind of worried about this element of my run. He just said, I'm having fun. And then he went and dropped this.
Yeah, he was having a little bit of a mechanical in practice, maybe didn't get as many runs as he wanted, but he chose the positive attitude, and we just saw what happens when a rider does that.
He really elevated this run from what he was doing in qualifying. That opposite 720, I thought if he can get through this, it's on, because his double flips have been locked on this final jump.
Getting that bar spin out of the shark fin. We've seen riders struggling just to get out. So to trick that will count with the judges, and then that right there, an absolute perfectly stomped double backflip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that flip double whip up top was an improvement from qualies.
One day? Yeah, well, that's what I like to hear. Can't wait. You can come ride with me, bro.
That's what's up. Oh, man. Love to see it. The score is in for Chance Moore, 89.
Thank you.
He moves into the lead.
Joel H, 60-53. That was an absolute awesome run out of Chance Moore right there. But we're going to bring it back up to the top.
Can Dane Folpp, 18 years of old, the Aussie, can he answer back to that heater we just saw from Chance Moore?
Last year's FMB Rookie of the Year. What's he got right there?
Oh!
Flip bar drop.
That was huge.
Straight into a 360 tail whip, 2 bar spin.
Oh, it's going to be this kind of a day, is it?
Bar to bar back, so he's getting multiple combos on every set right now. Flip triple bar spin. Looking absolutely perfect right there. Flip bar spin, maybe an X-up right there, a combo he didn't quite get, but barring out, he's able to keep that momentum. He's got plenty for this last set.
Oh!
Double backflip can-can. I saw that leg go over the top tube on that first rotation.
No.
I've heard Nicholi Rogatkin say one up, one down.
Did you see that?
One up with a trick.
Are you kidding me?
Another flip around.
Next round. Yeah, you're right.
Think about this. The only mistake in this run was the fact that he wanted more in the middle. He got a flip bar, so the judges will score him on that, not what he was hoping to get. They're going to be taking all of these stomps into consideration, including this backflip triple bar spin over the step down. Here is the minor mistake. Backflip bar spin, he wanted more.
Yeah, maybe an X-up, maybe another bar spin right there. Hard to say. He's got such a dialed bar spin in this right here. Backflip can-can, spots the landing, tucks it back in for another flip. Both tires down, absolutely perfect.
It's like, okay, judges, you like that double backflip from Chance Moore on the final feature? Here's a double backflip variation. What are you going to do with that? We're seeing tricks that we would expect to maybe have to wait for until the shootout. We're seeing them dropped in run number 1 here.
Absolutely. These riders are not going to wait for their second runs. They're not going to wait for a shootout. The time is now. You never know what's going to happen with the weather. You never know what's going to happen with the other conditions.
Yeah, the judges really dinging him there for not packing more in the middle. Score to beat still an 89 from Chance Moore. Yeah, I think regardless of what that score was, Dane is just eyes on the prize. He has his dream run, and he's got another opportunity to hopefully stomp it. Well, having Fedko back is always exciting. Here we go. He's talking about the fact that these Crankworx Slopestyle events are so challenging, trying to find your windows to get your practice in, training all off season for this moment right here to kick off their first event of 2026. It's definitely been a challenge out here, the first stop at Christchurch. We've had tons of rain. You'd never know it looking at the beautiful blue skies and calm winds we have today. But the longer you've been on the tour, the more experience you get with the strategies of practice. Oh.
360 bar to bar, down the flat drop. Big 360 downside to regular. That's a windshield wiper. Opposite 450 on the hip. Right there. 360 bar spin, 2 tail whip. That is such a hard combo. Right there, corked out 720, hangs up a little bit, gets a pedal, keeps his momentum going, bars out of the shark fin, tuck no hander, so he's tricked every set.
No!
Double backflip, no hander. The one-up double backflip session right now. Erik Fedko absolutely laying one down here in Christchurch.
He can't be. No, we're sure. That was insanity right there. I mean, we were completely losing it when we saw the double flip on the last jump. Now the last 2 runs, we've seen double flip variations. The double truck off of the start drop.
Yeah, and right here, the 360 windshield wiper.
That's a trick that used to be reserved for the final feature. Now we're seeing it done mid-run.
Yeah, the elevation of the skills right there. 360 bar spin, 2 tail whip, cork 720. This is where he hung up a little bit. I thought maybe he was going to have trouble coming out of the shark fin, but he had absolutely no trouble chucking the bars out, getting another trick on that long and low, and there.
That's what he's talking about. When we just talked to him and he said he almost missed the bar, it was on that double flip no-hander. You see he basically landed holding close to the stem there.
Coming out bike messenger style.
Score to beat an 89 from Chance Moore. What will this be here after the heater from Erik Fedko?
I think there's a guarantee this is going to contest. Wanted to kick off his 2026 Super League series right here.
See, this is crazy. You have these veterans being strategic in qualifying, finishing mid-pack, but then dropping their dream runs in run number 1 here, putting all the pressure on some of these youngsters. Next up is going to be Ayden Siebenaler from Canada, 21 years of age. He was 4th at the Horseshoe Valley stop of the Crankworx Summer Series last season. Ayden Siebenaler dropping in. Ooh.
Gets that tail whip off the flat drop. Coming into the first big obstacle, 360 double downside tail whip. Nice little invert, keeping his momentum, coming in real high up on that transition. Double bar spin backflip. Coming in, what has he got? There's another windshield wiper, but the opposite way of Fedko doing it. Comes in, keeps his momentum on this last set. Another double backflip, this one with the can-can.
Come on.
A bit of a trend.
Double flips going off on the final jump.
So calm and casual, Cam. When I was competing, and maybe you as well, when you knew someone was going to do a double backflip, everybody sort of held their breath. The level of these riders and their skill is unbelievable.
And the fact that we're seeing 360 windshield wipers in consecutive runs here, done mid-course. Here we go, coming up here on this next wood to dirt after the step down is going to be that 360 windshield wiper. Ba-ba, Black Sheep.
Here you go. Right there, regular 360 tail whip, and as it comes around, he kicks the frame instead of catching it and does a quick downside tail whip, keeps his speed straight into a double backflip with a can-can.
Spotless too. I mean, can you think of any blemishes on that run? The judges are reeling it back in their head, watching their replays, trying to figure out if it's got enough to slop into those top 3 positions. Score to beat right now, 92.5 from Erik Fedko.
If I had to poke any holes in that run, it would be mistricking some of the setup jumps. A lot of the other riders are going the extra mile to jib and jab their way through those jumps. That's the only thing I could possibly think of.
True. In an event like this where everybody's riding at such a high level and with such consistency, we will begin to split hairs on things like those setup features leading into the final jump.
Yeah, how many times did you just miss a podium or just miss a win and think to yourself, if I would have just done one more bar spin or one more X-up? So these riders are trying to think and get ahead of that and make sure they're getting every opportunity they can.
I mean, that's only the case when everybody's riding at such a high level like they are so far here today.
Judges taking their time, making sure they're seeing all of these stunts.
All right, score coming in now for Ayden Siebenaler. It's going to be good enough for 4th, a 76.66.
76.66. Ayden Siebenaler, so great run for him. Still within striking distance of the podium.
Next up, the youngster ranked 23rd in the world, 18 years of age, took 2nd at the Horseshoe Valley Crankworx Summer Series event last year. From the USA, Damian Anhder on course. Oh, I love that.
Huge corked out, laid backflip right into a cork 720. Opposite 360 invert. Front flipping down the step down. That is so blind and dangerous.
Whoa.
Oh, and he saves it right there.
What
on that opposite
save.
cork 7. Able to get through. Little low on speed. What's it going to be? Backflip bars to the tail whip. How did he do that? Damian Anhder pulling one out of his hat. I was expecting maybe an X-up just to get through, but a backflip tail whip to bar spin.
The next generation is here. I thought if he's lucky, he'll have enough speed to squeak out a flip. Then we see the flip bar, and then he chucks a late tail whip. Rolling that flat drop flip off of the start drop, kind of like Tom Eistedt does.
Yeah, we see him spinning both directions right there, and I do think that second corked out 7 was opposite this right here. You're staring at your belly button. You do not know if you're going to make the jump or your rotation until the last second. And right there, yes, that was opposite, landing a little under-rotated, but able to save it. Make his way all the way down to the bottom. Unbelievable effort.
I want to talk to Damian. I want to get him over here.
Cam's going to pull him over here. We're going to get a word.
Oh my, that run. Well, yeah, great to meet you, man. I've been a fan watching you on Instagram. Talk to me through that final jump right there. I thought you'd be lucky to squeeze in a flip. Somehow you squeezed out a flip bar to whip. What was that all about?
Yeah, switch corky was loose. I can't lie. It was probably the worst one I've done all practice, but I'm just so locked right now. I just had to get to the end of the course, and been stressing that flip bar whip all week, and yeah, I just wasn't gonna let anything stop me. I had a slight case on the skipper. It was like, screw it, dude, I gotta do it. So yeah, I mean, just so mentally focused throughout the whole run. It's like, I'm gonna do it regardless.
You're on it, man. I can't wait to see what that score is. Way to go.
Yeah, I like it. Never say die attitude will get you to the bottom more times than you can possibly imagine.
Damian Anhder, where will he slot into this leaderboard? It's going to be an 81.33 into podium contention. Third place currently for Damian Anhder. I mean, this is next generation type of stuff we're watching right now.
Yeah, 100%. We are seeing tomorrow's stars of this sport. Speaking of that, 22 years old, Tobey Miley right here. Had an amazing season last year, 5th place in Joyride. Earned his way into the World Tour through this event last year, so let's see what he's got.
He took a 6th place here in Christchurch last year. We know he loves this course. What does he got for you?
Backflip off that flat drop. So hard to create the momentum for that backflip. 360 Indian air seat grab.
Banger.
Double tail whip, looking absolutely perfect so far. Coming into the step down. Backflip bar spin. Looking really strong.
No pedals.
360 downside tail whip to it. Regular tilt. That's that windshield wiper again. Mid-run, but getting a little bit off. His body weight getting to the outside pedals. And when he landed, just sort of high-sided him right there. That's one of the dangers of that trick. Let's hope he's going to be okay. That looked like quite a hit.
When all the riders are competing at such a high level, the judges have to start splitting hairs, and they love to see a rider not pedal into a feature, showing how much speed they're carrying. But I almost feel like if he were to have squeaked in one crank before that lip, he might have had just another millisecond of airtime that he needed to get that trick around.
See Tobey's visor popped off there. Let's hope that's not an indication that he bumped his head. He's up, he's walking. Such a hard thing mentally to recover from when you don't make it down from your first run, but here's up top. He was looking so strong. There's that steezy Indian Air Superman seat grab 360.
And better extension than what he had in qualies as well. Here we go. After this flip bar, down the step down, we're going to see where things went wrong. Choosing not to take a pedal. Did he squeak one in? Another 360 windshield wiper. Nope, no pedals. He's going with the down whip first on that one. What do you think? Needed just a touch more airtime?
Yeah, just a touch more speed. It looked like he landed at the exact same moment that his feet got on the pedals, and his body weight just wasn't really supported. And that caused him to land on his seat and bounce over the bars and losing all traction.
All right. We're into the top 5 from yesterday's qualies. Griffin Paulson, currently ranked 6th in the world. Best result came at Joyride 2024. It was a 5th. What's he got for us today? Griffin Paulson on course, fronty drop.
Griffin with a front flip off the flat drop. Very unnatural feel right there. Nice big flip whip on the hip. 360, 450 X up on that hip right there. Front flip, bar spin coming in. Those blind tricks on the step down are so hard. 360 double tail whip. Keeping it clean and fast on these setup jumps. Double backflip, top no-hander. Oh, he goes huge on that jump. Always a crowd hyper right here.
Dude, that was so good.
Thank you.
Yes, Griffin. What a way to start out this season. Such a solid Griffin Paulson run.
Did you see how deep he went on the final jump? Using up that last bike length of landing. Look at him getting the crowd going.
Nice big front flip to drop in right there. So hard to do that. Flip whip on the hip right there. 450 X up, so keeping those tricks going. Front flip, bar spin on the step down. Right there, that 360 double tail whip. And this is where I thought he might have a little trouble. No tricks on that setup jump, but he was able to get more than enough speed. Watch how deep he goes right here.
Bye-bye landing. Who needs it?
And the hard thing about that is when you over jump a jump, your rotation becomes off. So you see him right there, open up, slow down that rotation to compensate for over jumping. Just absolute perfection out of Griffin Paulson.
Last jump, doesn't matter how much speed you carry into the berm. That's what suspension's for.
You got to rail the turn straight into autograph session.
There you go.
Man, I love watching him get the crowd going. He and Nicholi Rogatkin have that ability to just elevate the audience, elevate the rest of the field when they stomp their run. And look who we have coming up next.
Oh, yeah.
Great extension, getting the arms off in that double flip. The judges definitely taking extra looks to make sure the extension was good on the no-hander, and it was.
Reese Wallace, what's up? These riders are nuts. Nicholi Rogatkin, Lucas Huppert, David Godziek, and Kaidan Ingersoll still to come in this first round of slopestyle here in Christchurch.
Oh, man.
Thick guys.
I mean, we're seeing the next generation in full effect out here, but Fedko, the veteran, still having the score to beat as we've got another veteran ready to drop. Nicholi's definitely been looking around, seeing the new wave of riders coming into the World Tour.
Judges deliberating, making sure they're seeing all of the extensions, how high up they're landing, how much height they're getting, execution, all the different categories.
Score to beat, a 92.5 score coming in for Griffin Paulson. What's it gonna be? Going into fourth place right now, right out of podium contention.
Happy with that, actually. We'll go again.
He's got a bone to pick with the judges. And you know what? Griffin Paulson is a rider who you know will take the opportunity for shootout if we end up playing that game.
Yes, with aggression. And speaking of aggression, this next rider has it in spades.
Well, you see what Nicholi says right now about the next generation of riders, but he's not a guy who's, you know, putting his elbows out and trying to hold his position. He's working on being the best rider he can be, but he's also inviting the new wave into his new training compound in California. And that training compound is having a huge impact on the level of riding we're seeing from that next generation right now.
Yeah, so respectable using the stoke and the progression of the younger generation to fuel his progression himself. He's one to know to hold progression sessions just there to elevate the sport. Nicholi Rogatkin, what will we see off of this flat drop right here? Fast plant 360 right there, totally perfect.
1, 2.
Double tail whip right there. He was talking about the difficulty of that jump is definitely underrated. 270 X up on the hip. Flip bar to bar, such a slow rotation on that step down. Yeah, there it is. Nicholi Rogatkin, one of the best.
If he did that there, what's he got on the final jump? The Kashi whip!
The Kashi whip, one of the cleanest Kashi whips I think I've ever seen Nicholi pole right there. That was 100% perfection.
So clean. Everything in this run was spotless. Let's take a look back.
There's that double tail whip. And right there, look at the height and where he landed up on that landing. That allowed him to carry that momentum in for this backflip bar to bar. Such a slow rotation. Look, he doesn't see the landing until the very last second.
As soon as we saw this, all right, the twister, the front cork 1080 done mid-course to the bottom, means he's saving something for the last jump, and that something was a perfectly executed casserole tail whip.
And to get that twister, that front cork 1080 off of that jump is so difficult. It's not the biggest jump, and there's so much rotation that needs to happen in that trick. Amazing stuff.
Nicholi, spotless run right there. The Twizzy mid-course, I'm thinking, all right, what's he saving for the last jump? Is that exactly what you'd hope for?
Things didn't go exactly according to plan off the top. I was planning to do a cork 720 on that step down. Went a little safe with the double tail up in the beginning, then the 270s X up, and I landed kind of outside, and didn't line it up right. So I was like, damn, I don't know if I have the speed for the cork 7. So then I went flip bar spin, had enough time for another bar spin, and then I was like, I gotta lock in for these big rotation moves down below. And luckily I got it done. Almost flat bottomed the twister on that hip. It needs so much force, so I would have rather gone further than came up short on the spin. So not exactly what I planned, but I will take it.
Well, what is it like? How do you prepare to be at the level to where you are in position to improvise coming down the course and something doesn't go exactly as planned? Because watching that run, I would have thought that was your plan.
Well, like, we got to slow motion the brain in these runs. You know, you got to go as slow as possible down to every little hit in the berm, every little breath, because like I said, sometimes you got to improvise. I had to turn the cork 720 there into a flip double bar spin, but the main goal is to get down the run, so you just got to stay super composed, and obviously the experience helps. I don't know how many Crankworx I've done in my life, but I've been around for a while, so.
It's been a lot. What's it like watching the new generation come into the field?
Oh, it's absolutely inspirational. It keeps me young. It keeps me fired up. It reminds me of that motivation I had back in the day when you have everything to prove. So it's amazing to see, and they push me, and I feel like hopefully I can teach them some of the experience that I have.
You are, for sure. It's so fun to watch.
Thanks so much, brother.
Thank you, Nicholi.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, some amazing perspective and insight right there from Nicholi. I remember when Nicholi was that kid
for sure
who came in and had us veterans shaking in our boots. And yeah, you can make that decision. You feed off it.
Oh yeah, he's in the top 3. Nicholi into 3rd place with an 87. You know what? I love what he's saying there. He's keeping his brain slow so his body can go fast. Veteran performance there out of Nicholi into podium contention as we get our first look of Lucas Huppert at the top of the course. 3rd place in qualifying. His best World Tour result was a bronze medal. 3rd place in Innsbruck 2023. He was 7th at Joyride last year. 2nd right here just a year ago. Lucas Huppert on course with a 3-whip drop.
3-whip off the flat drop right there. Double tail whip on the hip. Right there. Double bar spin 270. Whoa. Big cork 7 on the step down. Such a hard trick to nail. We heard Nicholi saying he wanted it but didn't get it. Front flip bar spin right there. So Lucas Huppert keeping his momentum.
Oh,
tail whip out right there. Gets some pedaling. We have not seen that yet.
What do we got? Yeah.
An absolute perfect cash roll right there. He had the height. He had the amplitude. He had the rotation perfect.
Good base. Let's see the score.
Look at, you know exactly what's going through his head. He's like, all right, I got a good score and I have more for run number 2. I think the judges are going to love that tail whip out of the shark fin. 3-whip off the flat drop is going to be huge on the scorecard too.
Yeah, absolutely. To generate the momentum you need to do the 360 and the tail whip, it's such a hard pop. You usually have a transition to help you get it going.
Oh, that'll be huge.
But he does it with muscle. There's that front flip bar spin. And this is where we saw some new stuff out of the shark fin right here at tail whip. You see him taking a little bit of a question mark angle at that and being able to pop out with plenty of speed for this perfect cash roll straight into the finish line corral.
And you know what he's capable of in run 2 as well. We've seen him drop twisters on the final jump last season. Lucas Huppert with a great baseline. The question now, what will the score be? Will it be enough to move him into top 3 contention? We just saw last run Nicholi Rogatkin move into 3rd. Two more riders left to go. David Godziek and Kaidan Ingersoll, your top 2 riders from yesterday's qualifying session. Godziek warming up at the top of the course. Judges crunching the numbers for Hoopy.
Takes a long time, so you're never sure. Oh, lovely, lovely. But I'm going to step it up. Good face, though.
He's already in the next run, hasn't even seen the scores yet.
Lovely, lovely.
Lucas Huppert, one of the most consistent riders over the last couple of years on the global tour. We've seen him on the podium a few times, not able to crack into that top step. So, you know, he wants a big score right here. What's it going to be?
Score coming in for Huppert. It is an 85.66, just out of the top 3 into 4th place.
Yeah, he said, don't worry, I got a second run. Like you said, we've seen some big tricks out of Lucas Huppert that were not in that 4th place run.
Okay, now I can. Sorry, I had to focus on that.
David Godziek, top of the course, getting ready to drop. This is a guy who won the Triple Crown of Slopestyle just 2 seasons ago in 2024, winning 3 World Tour stops. He's had 9 podiums. We know that he had more in the tank from qualifying. He is looking to put the pressure on the final rider to drop here in run number 1, which will be Kaidan Ingersoll. David Godziek dropping in.
Talk about a rider with a deep bag of tricks. Backflip bar spins right there off the flat drop. Triple tail whip on that hip. Triple truck 270. The combos are just adding up right here. Big cash roll down the step down. Front flip tuck no hander, looking absolutely perfect right here. Bar spin out, getting up on that landing, staying high.
How does he look so chill? Here we go, twister, no hander.
No-handed 1080 forward corked rotation. Such an amazing trick, so much going on. But Godziek able to make it look like a smooth, fluid, singular motion. That is going to score absolutely through the roof.
100% spotless and bangers on all 8 main features.
It's not any one thing that he did. It was everything that he did, from all the different perspectives that the judges look at: height, amplitude, how far he's stretching the tricks, where he's landing. Watch his tires right here. Boom.
I mean, the execution category is going to score high. Just the actual point values of each individual trick is going to score high. Fedko's been sitting at the top for a while now with the 92.5. If any of these runs we've seen so far has the potential to move into that top spot, it was this one.
Yeah, 100%. Godziek looking very, very confident and comfortable with what he has. And you were talking about his tank, seemingly endless tank of big tricks, more than most riders could even dream to do, like a video game console in his brain.
Just the difference in demeanor throughout the field. You have some riders who are absolutely going to adrenaline dump and lose their minds when they stump their run. David Godziek looks the same at the bottom as he did at the top. He's chilling.
Yeah, so in control of the emotional side of these events, the mental side of these events. Just an absolute warrior when it comes to that portion of the event, which makes it more fun. You know, when you're not stressed out, you're just enjoying the day. That comes through in his riding 100%.
I'm sure it all comes down to the preparation. These riders work so hard to be able to deliver on game day. We're at the point in this sport where these top riders are, you know, so disciplined in their training, treating it like a mainstream sport to be at the top and stay there. The score for David Godziek appears to be coming in. Here we go. Ooh, just under the top score there. Fedko holds on to the lead. David Godziek into second with a 90.66.
Godziek locking him in, self into that podium position 100% right now, but we still have more runs and our #1 qualifier up at the top. So back to the drawing board a little bit for Godziek. We know he's got more. Having that run that he just pulled in the bank is super valuable.
What else is super valuable is the position Kaidan Ingersoll put himself in from qualies yesterday, having the luxury of watching all 15 of those runs and being able to choose now how many chips he puts on the table for run #1 of 2 to kick off this 2026 season. Your #1 qualifier, Kaidan Ingersoll, ranked 3rd in the world right now. Your defending champion from this event last year is on course.
Got a truck driver, which is a 360 bar spin off the flat drop right there. Nice, huge cork 720. Look at how high he's going off every jump. Indian Air Superman C grab.
No way.
360 bar spin to downside tail whip on the step down.
Oh, no.
Opposite 360 tail whip. How did he get back on that bike? Such a slow rotation on the bike, able to trick out of the shark fin. Backflip, double tail whip right there. He was so sly on that recovery. I had all but given up on him coming out of that shark fin, but somehow able to wrangle that bike around out of slow motion and get it back under his feet.
I completely thought he threw it away on that opposite 3-whip, which we are going to see here shortly. Good variety here.
Look at the height.
Getting that C-grab Indy on the hip. That will score huge, and he complements it here with the opposite 360 tail whip. The spin opposite, the whip opposite. It looked like he was going to bail somehow.
Yeah, it looked like his arms got a little bit behind the circle on that tail whip, but he was able to recover and bring in this huge final trick with a backflip, double tail whip, and going back to the amplitude and the power that he has on his run. Probably one of the fittest riders at all of Crankworx. Doesn't even matter the discipline. Put so much time in the gym, in the foam pit, on the resi mats.
I can't, bro. I have only pair I have right now.
Everybody wants his gear. This is the 2-run format, guys.
I want his jersey.
He needs his gear
After
for run
that
number 2. No, you're right about his training, though. He is an athlete. You'll see some of his core workouts he posts on Instagram where he's doing unthinkable maneuvers on the rings, on the bars. You see how still his body is on the final jump in that backflip double tail. It's because his core is engaged and he's just so strong.
Yeah.
The ability to salvage things like that opposite 3-whip in the middle. One thing I like about that run, though, is the variety of tricks. You know, real high amplitude on the cork 7 on the left hip, second feature, and then third feature switches things up with, you know, a really slow motion, savored topside seat grab Indian air over the right hip. You see a lot of runs that are just, you know, all flips, all spins, all whips. So it is kind of cool to see riders getting some of those upright maneuvers, finding a place for them on this course here. Look how high he was on this cork 7.
Yeah, and that's what gave him all of the speed for this next jump that you were talking about, this Superman C-grab Indian air. Look at the height over that landing. You can see his back tire at the very top.
And you really are rolling the dice when you choose to do a trick like that in 2026 at a competition like this, because if you don't have great extension, you basically just threw it away. But if you took a photo of that trick right there, he would not have hiked back up for another one. That was absolutely flawless and extended. Only good enough for 6th place right now. Kaidan Ingersoll, with more gas in the tank, will make his way to the top of the course for run 2.
So Fedko finding himself at the top after first runs, but he's got David Godziek, Chance Moore, Nicholi Rogatkin, Lucas Huppert, and the rest of the riders chomping at his heels. Keep an eye on the riders within 10 points of 3rd place, which is 89 right now. So if the rider's within a 79, that's all the way down to Griffin Paulson in 8th place. They got to be thinking shootout at this point. Got to maintain, but there's a 2nd round to go, so this entire leaderboard could shuffle up.
Another run here to go, plus the shootout at the Ōtautahi Slopestyle, kicking off the 2026 season. As we mentioned at the top of the show, we're introducing the Slopestyle Super League. as the format for 2026, which is already exciting because we're seeing the young up-and-comers duking it out with the established veterans already in the first event of the season, which this Ōtautahi Slopestyle is a gold event, but we will see the diamond events shaking things up as well, which offer up more points. But everything funnels into the final 2 events of the season, which the playoffs at Silver Star will be only available for the riders who aren't already pre-qualified for the World Championships, which is the final event of the season in Mont Saint-Anne, Quebec, to cap off the Slopestyle Super League season.
It's such an important elevation of the sport, you know, having a series where your points count from one event to the next and trying to accumulate. I remember when that happened in BMX, and it just completely legitimized the entire season in my mind and really made me focus. So I'm excited to see what these riders can do with that energy.
It's new for the riders, causing them to dig deep and think about how to strategize for a new format, but it's also new for the judges. And they've been pretty quick with their scores today, and I love the way things are stacking up. Let's talk to Peter Henke, our head judge, right now. Guys, what was that like there, run 1 of 2 out here to kick off the 2026 season in our inaugural season for the Slopestyle Super League?
Yeah, insane level of all the riders, and as you can see, the top runs are so stacked, so close, stacked to each other, and yeah, I can't wait for the second run, especially. I think things are getting shaked up quite a bit with the best trick format. Yeah, I'm stoked. What we gonna expect?
Guys, we've seen 3 second places from Erik Fedko in the past few seasons. We've never seen him win. What was it about that run right there that allowed you guys to give him that 92? And you know, put him at the top of the leaderboard with the target on his back?
Yeah, Erik tricked every single feature, even the long and low before the last trick jump, and he was so high, so stylish, making it look so effortless, and big trick variety. Yeah, and that adds up to a really good score.
Thanks, I love it. I love the way things are shaping up right now. Peter, thanks for chatting with us. Right now, we're gonna take a look at the top 2 runs side by side and see what the judges were looking at. They have the ability to reel back the clock, hit the rewind button as they're giving their scores. And this is a little peek into what they were considering in run number 1 here. Fedko on the left, that's your top score of the day so far, 92.5. Godziek on the right.
Yeah, Fedko mixing up his spinning rotations a little bit more. And we saw some of these riders right there, and they're that tuck no-hander, that little bit we talked about, making an impact on this final score right here in round 1. You can see them side by side. The timing, actually, they made it down about the same time. I always wondered that, like, you know, if you try to do dartfish, who would finish first, maybe add time into it, but their time was actually about identical.
I love seeing that side by side. You notice little things that you maybe wouldn't if you weren't watching them like that. The little tricks on the shark fins definitely is how Fedko's chipping away at that score. Final jump, similar tricks, twister no-hander, double backflip no-hander. If you think about it, one of them is a 720 with a no-hander, one of them is a 1080 with a no-hander. So Godziek so close, can't wait to see run number 2. I hope you guys are excited as we are. We gotta thank you for joining us right here on the Crankworx YouTube channel, where you will be able to watch all of the events of the Slopestyle Super League for the 2026 season. Join the conversation in the chat box below. We will be giving away this t-shirt right here to somebody who entertains us the most in the chat. But we are far from over here at the Ōtautahi Slopestyle here in Christchurch, New Zealand. We still have second runs for the women, second runs for the men, and I can't wait to see what these riders are holding on to.
Yeah, and don't forget, we got the second chance there. We're gonna see some best trick action to finish it all up, so it's going to be exciting.
So much more to go. Don't go away. Ōtautahi Slopestyle action coming back at you momentarily. We'll catch you in a bit.
Yo, you made it to Christchurch.
Yeah, good to be here.
Let me show you around.
Let's do it.
Here you go, bro.
Oh, thank you.
You call that a jump?
Wow.
I told you, best seat in town.
Yeah.
Christchurch Adventure Park, home of the world's first chairlift built for bikes. Ride epic trails, zipline the hills, and experience adventure above the city. Essentially halftime right now after seeing run number 1 for the women, run number 1 for the men. The stage is set for run number 2, which for the first time ever in slopestyle mountain biking won't be the end of the competition because we still have the shootout round. If you miss the top of the show, basically that will be another opportunity for the riders to pick any of these 8 features on the course and drop a best trick that will be added into their score, which has the potential to really shake up the rankings here, ensuring that we won't see a victory lap. The riders are on board, and I know for one, I am definitely on board as we take a look at the current standings after run number 1 for the women's field.
Yeah, we got Patricia Druwen up at the top, but Shealen Reno chomping at her heels. One of the most dialed riders out there, able to get tricks off of every jump. Harriet Burbidge-Smith right there, and Morgan Antone and Chelsea Kimball just shooting to get from top to bottom. Easy one, easy hill to climb to outdo their run 1. Let's see if they can get within 10 points of Harriet Burbidge-Smith right there and push this thing into a shootout.
Morgan Antone sitting outside the podium there in 4th. She is a rider who I will expect to make it through the course in this run and have a big trick on the last jump. And if she doesn't, I know that she will be one who will choose to compete in that shootout as well. She's got the cliffhangers, which I think is one of the coolest tricks you can do on a bicycle. But Patricia Druwen driving the ship right now with a smooth run, leaving plenty in the tank if the pressure is applied. First rider we'll see drop in for run number 2 is the big bike specialist, Chelsea Kimball, spreading her wings, getting outside her comfort zone here and competing in a slopestyle competition. We saw her out at Red Bull Rampage this past October. You will have seen the viral clip of her riding the Battleship. And here she is on the hardtail here at Ōtautahi Slopestyle in Christchurch, dropping in for run number 2.
Yeah, Chelsea not only riding a different discipline than she's used to, but really a completely different bike. These DJ bikes going long right there. A little bit of a headbanger's ball on that landing. Let's see if she can keep this momentum going. But like I was saying, this bike, no rear suspension, that's different. Much steeper head tube, that's different. Smaller wheels, that's different. Oh, right there. Front end getting a little bit high. The old butt slap is never a fun one.
Oh man, tough to see Chelsea go down so hard there. Not able to get that right finger on the rear brake on the landing there that could have saved the loop out. That was a hard slap. Here, she's tough as nails. You hear her just say, just give me a second. The fact that she already has her breath back is remarkable. Luckily, looks to be wearing that body armor.
Yeah, Chelsea, a rider with high expectations, so you know she's going to be a little bummed, but it's good to see her out here. Next rider up, Morgan Antone, also having trouble getting out of that shark fin in the first run. You got confidence in this run, Cam, as do I. Let's see her pull it off.
Yeah, I know that she has what it takes to make it through the course. The big question will be, can she make it there with enough composure to do a trick on that last jump? We got good conditions. I'm a huge Morgan Antone fan. Let's see what she can put down for us here. Morgan Antone on course.
Looking smooth off the flat drop. Each jump is going to build the momentum into the next. Nice tuck no-hander. She's going to need a 64.66 to push this thing into a shootout. Can she get down? Oh, cases that step down right there. You saw it, a little bit of a bobble coming out of that turn where the hip was. Never say die, though. She was not going to lay up or pull off.
Ouch.
She's nodding. She seems to be okay. See Mia Moore out there, making sure she's all right. One of the coolest things about these action sports competitions is most of these riders are friends. So here's that case right there, just coming up on the wrong side of that landing. That's a hold your breath moment right there. She took it like a champ though and almost saved it. Little nose manual.
Honestly, you could tell at the hip she wasn't going to have enough speed for the step down. I wish she didn't go for it there.
Sometimes you can will yourself to get across a jump. You can push through the landing, but it was not to be for Morgan Antone on that jump.
Great to see her pop up so quick after that heavy slam. Last two riders, heavy slams there, Chelsea and Morgan. Leaving the opportunities open right now for Harriet Burbidge-Smith.
So the Terminator and the rest of the women's field have dodged the shootout right there, with the top three riders completely clearing 10 points of 4th and 5th. But Harriet Burbidge-Smith, we know she's got tricks up her sleeve that she did not pull off in the first run. Definitely going to be looking to bump up on that podium.
Harriet has rotations. She can go upside down, and that right now would really help her campaign to move up the podium now into 2nd place. Here we go, 2nd run for Haz.
Nice little carve in there, getting her front end pointed right where she needs to for the momentum. Does a little tabletop right there. This could just be get through, get out of this first event. Staying healthy for the next one, eyes on the prize. It's only later, it's less than a month to the next event. So that momentum will carry really fast. Harriet styling it out right there. She surprised us before and done some big tricks on some free runs right there, but just keeping it safe, that's respectable.
Yeah, you mentioned at the top of the show, you know, we have her, you know, our fun little game we're playing where we're creating characters for these riders. We chose to have her be the Terminator. Basically, she's been rebuilt, coming off of a huge injury, breaking her neck, getting that all pieced back together, and the journey back to competition and all the struggles she went through with battling nerve damage. It's great to just see her putting one to the finish corral at the start of a long season. But here's the opportunity now for Shealen Reno. She's probably not going to rotate. Maybe she'll surprise us, but I expect to see her playing toward her sharpshooter strengths of being a consistent and accurate upright trick rider. We saw her step outside her comfort zone in run number 1 with a Superman seat grab in the middle of the course. I know if it can at the bottom, if she can add a couple little extra bits, she could increase that score, but the score to beat is an 85, which is definitely a tall order considering how packed full of tricks Patricia Druwen's run was. What does Shealen Reno have for us?
Nice X up on the drop, and we heard the judges talking about how important it is to do a trick on every set. Tire grab right there. One of Shealen Reno's best qualities right there. Bar spin on that hip. Tuck no hander in, so she's stepping it up a little bit. Yeah. She is not satisfied.
Come on, get that Superman seat grab. Ooh, even better extension this time.
Nice on the Superman seat grab. Plenty of momentum out, catching the backsides of these setup jumps. She have something big here.
Yes, a
pendulum. The pendulum. That's a no-foot can-can one way, and then back across the top tube the other way. A nice straight air combo out of Shealen Reno, stepping it up. She's only about 4 points out of that second place. Let's see, or first place. Let's see what she can do.
That's exactly what she needed to do. Get a little bit more technical with her tricks. Chucking the bar spin there. Tricking the step down with the tuck no-hander. More extension on this here Superman seat grab. Shealen Reno out of Texas. That's exactly what she needed to do. We know that Patricia Druwen's run was a bit of a safety run. This could put pressure on that 85.
Yeehaw. talking about consistency, not only throughout the run, but that consistency allows her to be in most of the competitions, which she racks up those points, that overall world champs that she collected. She's already playing the game.
The 2024 world champ could be putting pressure on Patricia Druwen. Let's think back. Patty Barspin on the top drop, which is heavy. She had 2 suis, which is a repeat, but they were perfectly executed. I don't know, man. Do the judges reward the versatility and variety of this run here?
We shall see. We did see Shealen not trick the shark fin or the little step down, really eyeing up for that pendulum, so that could be a difference. We're going to see how it all plays out here in just a moment.
But also, if she doesn't move into the lead, she could potentially have the opportunity to take advantage of the shootout round.
I think that because we don't have anybody within 10 points. Oh, the shootout round, yes, just the top 3. Could be an opportunity here.
That's run 1 score. Waiting on run 2 score coming in here.
86.33. Shealen Reno upping her game after that first run, doing what it takes, collecting 5 more points and getting past Patricia Druwen by 1.33 of a point.
Oh yeah, we got a competition on our hands.
So back to the drawing board for Patricia. The pressure is on at the top of the hill.
This is kind of what slopestyle competition is all about right here. We got 1 rider left at the top of the course, sitting in 2nd place with a bag of tricks deep enough to move into the lead if she can put it all together. Only 1.33 off of that top step in the podium. The German rider, Patricia Druwen, on course for run 2 of 2.
Gets that bar spin on the flat drop. Where is she going to up her game right there?
Man.
Misses a trick right there. So the pressure is on for the rest of the run. From now on, she has to get it done. And it doesn't look like that is something that's going to happen right here. She's just going to get herself to the bottom. So super interesting right there. Sometimes it's not worth it to take the risk. If you didn't get those first tricks off, you kind of know where your competitor's at. You know what you have planned and where that might land yourself with the judges. So playing it smart right here.
So, Shealen Reno under pressure, skyrocketing into the top spot with that 86.33. Patricia Druwen buckling under that pressure, but for the first time ever, the story might not be over.
Yeah.
We are going to run 2nd runs for the men, and then the opportunity will be available for Patricia Druwen to take advantage of that shootout round and pick 1 feature on the course, drop a banger, and try to increase her score by more than 1.33 that she needs. How about this? It's only 10:40 a.m. and we've already seen all this action today on Slopestyle Sunday here in Ōtautahi, Christchurch.
Yeah, we know Patricia has a deep bag of tricks. Is there a jump that she can stay comfortable on? Can she deal with the pressure of not being in the lead right now and turn that into a big banger trick in the shootout round and get back on the top? But we know Shealen's got some more combos in her bag of tricks as well, so it is not over for any of these women.
We'll take a look at our unofficial results for the women's field here at the Ōtautahi Slopestyle competition. For the first time ever after 2 runs, we're like, ooh, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's like a double climax event.
Shealen Reno moving into the lead, 86.33. Patricia Druwen in 2nd, 85. Harriet Burbidge-Smith riding that run 1 score out into 3rd place. Those are our unofficial final results for the women as we take a look at what is going on at the top of the course as the men prepare for run number 2. Supported by the New Zealand government, helping bring world-class events like Crankworx to Aotearoa. Oh, baby. Men's final runs coming up. Run 2 of 2 plus.
Second runs, not final.
Exactly. We can't call it final runs anymore because we have that extra element of the shootout, seeing which riders decide they want to roll the dice and increase their score. Even that aside, I'm so excited to see these second runs.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle for sure. We saw some riders not happy with their scores that we know have deeper bags of tricks that they can reach into and pull out what they need to bump up that leaderboard, stay in that shootout contention, and really lay it all on the line in that one jump format towards the end.
So 9th place rider from qualifying yesterday sits at the top of the leaderboard, a rider who has placed second 3 times on the Crankworx Slopestyle World Tour. Returned to competition last year after a big femur injury that had complications. He's now sitting on a 92.5, the score to beat riders like David Godziek, who was second from qualies, Kaidan Ingersoll, who's your defending champ here, who was first in qualies. Not at the top spot, but knowing they have what it takes, if they can put it on the line here in run 2 and the shootout, they could knock Erik Fedko out. One thing that Fedko has that I don't think any other mountain biker has in the world is the ability to make a trick look singular. You could watch the silhouette of Erik Fedko and know his execution without being able to see the flowing locks and logos on his jersey. Will any of these riders, maybe perhaps one of the young guns, rise to the occasion? Another German here will kick off run number 2, Leonardo Schweizer, currently sitting in last place.
Leonardo having a good top section in his first run, but wasn't able to complete his run. Looking really solid right now. Oh, gets a little bit front end high, but he's able to recover. So he's gonna continue that momentum. There's where he had a crash. He lays it up and does a double truck instead of that triple where he crashed. Backflip, double bar spin, slight over rotation, but you can see him get out of the shark fin and pointed. What's he got here? Backflip tail whip coming in nice and clean. So getting a solid run top to bottom. That's exactly what Leonardo needed to do.
Also, thinking about the battle and the war, this is the start of a long season. These points that are up for grabs at this first event are so valuable to stay on tour and hopefully secure a spot into the World Champs, which will take place in Mont Saint in Quebec.
Right there, truck driver, 360 bar spin off of the flat drop. 360 tail whip to X up. Opposite 270 bar spin. This is where he had trouble in his first run. We saw him go for a triple truck in that first run, but coming up a little short. Does the smart thing right there, lays it up as if a double truck down that step down is any kind of a layup. And right here, we saw him get a little bit out of control, over rotating, but he was able to recover, keep his momentum going, and have a nice final backflip tail whip into the finish corral.
We've got gold events, we've got diamond events on the Slopestyle Super League. Diamond events are the premium level, and for those, you require points from these gold events to receive an invitation. Leonardo Schweizer playing the long game right now, getting a clean score in the bag, hoping to pick up these points. He's currently the 34th ranked rider in the world, so some room for improvement to crawl up that ranking.
Yeah, during research, looking at some pretty impressive best trick results out of him, maybe even a best trick specialist, so he's gonna really want this score to get within 10 points of that third place.
Well, the German rider traveling to Italy last summer, earning those points to find himself here in New Zealand, second at Monza Pizza Invitational, third at Roma Bike Fest. And the score coming in for run number 2, he moves into 13th place.
70.33 on that second run score. So definitely room to improve for the future, but getting that run down from top to bottom, that is his foundation. He now has something he can build on for this Crankworx World Tour.
Tobey Miley will be next to drop. Issues in run number 1 from a rider who was incredibly strong last season, finishing the year with a 5th at Joyride. He also had a silver medal at Silver Star, which may be a gold event, but the level of competition at Silver Star is always through the roof. Tobey Miley, run 2.
What's he got right here? Flat drop backflip, having to pop for all of that rotation. 360 Indian air seat grab. One of the best looking tricks out there, double tail whip on the hip. Bar spin backflip down the step down. You see him yank on the bars to get that rotation around. Big corked out 720. You could not make that trick look any better. Coming into this final jump, tucks no hander right there. And he does it, 360 double tail whip. Getting that solid run, you know that's gonna improve on that first run score right there. All Ride Racing, you are on point right there. That was nothing but clean.
Top to bottom there in run 2.
Liking that helmet, barbed wire and hologram in the same kit. Can't get mad at that. Love the enthusiasm out of the crowd here. It's really filling in for these second runs. Judges looking at all of their notes right there.
Peter Henke, Phil McLean, Connor McFarland crunching the numbers for Tobey Miley. Great run here in run number 2 after a crash in run number 1. Looking for those valuable points to secure those invitations and secure a spot into the final event, which for the first time ever in the sport of slopestyle, we're building toward a world championship one-off event to cap off the season.
You can feel the added electricity here in today's competition with these new formats on the horizon.
Moves up a few spots now, sitting in 11th after that second run. Yeah, I hear you. We see the chat coming in. Hats off to the judges. The riders aren't making this easy. True, we got a high level here as we take a peek at the top. We got the youngster out of Provo, Utah, Lyon Hyldahl, 15 years of age, making it through the qualifying round, which was no easy task. Bubble boy into that final 16th spot. Here we go, we've got his mom on course cheering him on. They were out here last year. Lyon made it into finals. His seat fell off in his final run. And you can see what he's been up to in the past year of training. He's got bigger tricks, smoother execution. Here we go. Lyon Hyldahl dropping in for run number 2. Come on, buddy.
360X up on that drop, does fade a little bit left, but able to recover his trajectory. Cork 7, get it around.
Yes,
yes, Lyon pulling that thing around, still maintaining speed for the 270 truck.
Oh no, not gonna have the speed for the step down.
Was not feeling the step down speed right there.
Good call.
I mean, he's riding so far, so wise beyond his years, you know, seeing the intensity in practice, not accepting anything, just casing a little bit, maybe not full extension. You see him coming off shaking his head. He's hungry, he wants it.
I mean, for a youngster as well, that's a wise decision to not try to hit that step down without enough speed. We've seen what happens if you don't have enough speed for that.
You can see right here, look how slow that rotation was off the lip. His snap was almost after he was off the lip.
I would say this run is less about this competition and here we are today. It's about where we're going to be in the future as this kid continues to grow. What will the future of slopestyle mountain biking look like?
He wants more.
And will Lyon Hyldahl be leading the charge in a couple years' time? Looks like he's going to finish off this run for the crowd.
Talking about the future, his disadvantage right now is body weight and strength. That's only going to get better as he improves, which is going to make riding easier for him. So his progression level is going to go through the roof right there. Lyon doing it for the crowd.
You know, the disadvantage of being small is you don't carry as much speed. The advantage is, you know, if you drop an ant off the top of a skyscraper, it's going to land super smooth.
What do you think? This is some kind of competition for ants?
Wow. Flip bar to whip at 15 on a mountain bike? Come on.
Right there. Let's see what happened. Just the tail whip was slightly under-rotated. He didn't quite have his back foot on the bike when it landed.
Speed.
And just bounce it off. Yeah, you're right, speed. He did pedal in from the jump before, so that could have been a factor there.
I mean, pedaling in from there just to clear the jump, it's like, maybe it'll work, but to have enough speed to do a flip bar to whip. It was cool he tried that.
A little bit of wind coming up right now. Not enough to really affect the riders. We might see them getting picky and choosy on drop-in times, but Jaden Chipman, let's see what he's got. Truck driver off of the flat drop. Backflip bar spin to tuck no hander. He gets a little off track right there.
Oh yeah, the downhill was yesterday, bro.
Now that is a perfect example. That jump is a hip. You have heard us talk about the landing angles to the left, so you need to turn a little bit counterclockwise when you do that jump, but he went dead straight, and when he landed a little bit low, did not have the time to correct his trajectory into the next obstacle.
But also, if you can do a really difficult trick on a hip, the judges reward that. Yeah, leaning the wrong way. Does he not have brakes on his bike? Why is he throwing his foot in the back tire? That's that BMX background coming into play here. That thing next to your right handlebar grip, that will slow you down as well. Oh, Jack Feick coming up next. Sitting in 13th. Pedal bobbles on the final jump on the 360 double whip in run number 1. If he cleans that and does the same run up top, expect to see a massive adjustment to the score.
Opposite 360 X up right there. Jack Feick able to rotate multiple directions. Opposite double downside tail whip. Bar spin invert right there.
On the dirt.
And he gets the triple bar spin backflip on the step down.
Oh man. Oh,
double backflip going long. Let's see. Come on, Jack, get out of that. Nice, able to trick. And this is where he had that bobble. Let's clean it up.
Oh man. Honestly, I'm not sure. I felt a little bit of wind coming up right as he was approaching that final jump. I wonder if the headwind decreased his speed just enough.
Yeah, just didn't have the confidence to unleash whatever trick he was saving for that final jump. But definitely cleaned it up top.
I mean, not going to be his day today, but look out for this kid the rest of the season. Seriously.
The ability to spin multiple directions, tail at multiple directions, quadruple combos like that on the step down, double flipping mid-set. Definitely has what it takes, just putting it all together.
Jack, a great run in run number 1. Maybe a little bit to clean up on the final jump. What was your thought process going into that second run there?
I was pretty nervous. The 3 double was super sketch on the first run, obviously, but I was going into the switch dub whip. I like hit my helmet with my wheel. I don't know how that happens, but I rode out and I was getting to the bottom. It was just feeling too gnarly. So.
Was it a matter of speed coming into that final jump there?
Yeah, kind of, because the dub flip, I kind of like botched. I went kind of deep, but I don't know. It would have been fine, I think. I just like was feeling so gnarly.
Well, obviously you're showing a little glimpse into what's to come from the world of Jack Feick, and we're looking forward to seeing you the rest of the season, man. Good performance out here today.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Yeah, any day you walk away in one piece is a good day. Awesome runs out there from Jack Feick.
Honestly, just a little bit of smart decision making as well. We've seen a couple instances today where letting the moment take the wheel can be detrimental. These kids are thinking, you know what, this is the first event of a long season. Dane Folpp, the Aussie, dropping in.
Bar spin backflip on the flat drop.
Oh man.
360 tail whip, 2 bar spin right there. Far to bar back. Dane Folpp, what's he got right there? Backflip, double bar spin, double or triple. There's backflip bar spin, 2 tail whip right there. Currently in 12th, looking to bump up. Bar spins out. Keeps his speed for this final set. There's that double backflip can-can. Cleaning things up a little bit from that run one performance. He's looking pumped on that.
How do you do that twice and make it look casual?
Because you're Dane Folpp, and that's what you do.
Come on! Flat drop, backflip, bar spin.
So high on that second jump right there, which sets him up for the momentum he needs on the following course. It was a triple right there. It was so clean and fast. We were watching last year's event, and I think we saw his bar spins. We were not even sure if he was getting them around because they're happening so clean and so fast.
Where's this run gonna go? Because I'm trying to figure out what could even possibly be docked on this spotless run. Huge combos the whole way down, capping her off with a double flip, 1 foot can, tricking the shark fin. I mean, this could get interesting.
Yo, boys, give me a sec. I gotta watch.
Gotta watch.
Give me a sec.
Dealing with the mongrels in the finish corral quite well as well.
Yeah. Come on.
So he's hoping for a better score right there. You can hear him getting amped up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
There's math involved in judging, so, you know, we don't hold anything against them.
You remember after run number 1, Dane was like, just get me to the top. Like, he was so ready for this second run. And man, did he ever deliver. Think about the sandwich. You know, the start and the finish of a slopestyle run matter so much. The way you come out of the gate, the punctuation you put on the run. So the flat drop flip bar, heavy. The double flip 1-footed can, heavy. And then chocked full of big combos the whole way. Bar to bar back even on the right hip.
Griffin Paulson, Damian Anhder, Kaidan Ingersoll, qualifier.
See those monitors, the judges have the ability to side by side their choice of run that they're comparing the current run to. And they have a score for Dane Folpp at 77.23 into 10th place.
So bumping up to the top 10 right there, very respectable for Dane Folpp.
To the top, where we see Ayden Siebenaler, the current 22nd ranked rider in the world, sitting 11th in today's competition after run number 1. Ayden Siebenaler with an opportunity to move up the rankings.
Tail up on the flat drop. He just got bumped out of the top 10, so he's gonna want it back right there. Triple downside 360 tail up, little bobble. Able to make a recovery, keeps his speed going. Straight backflip on that step down, maybe a little bit of safety because of that bobble. And the boner air, one of my favorite tricks that we're gonna see out here all day. Just not able to keep the speed going. That 360 triple downside tail whip.
And that's exactly why you didn't see him try that in run number 1. Smart strategy there. He got one in the bag and then experimented in run number 2. If he were to have got his feet to the pedals clean on that 360 triple down whip, it could have been a very different story. There we go, regular whip there off the flat drop, going the other direction there. 3 downside tail whips in the midst of a left side 360, basically meaning he's sending that bike in a tail whip 3 times the opposite direction of the way he's spinning his body.
That's gonna be the end of Ayden Siebenaler's day.
And guess what? Right now he's within, nope, you need to be within 10 points of the top 3. Well, we gotta see what the 3rd place score is.
I believe it's an 89 at the moment right now.
Ooh, let's keep that in mind.
So here we have Paul Couderc, AKA Spider-Man, You see high numbers on style, on YOLO, consistency, and creativity.
Look at him as Spider-Man. You hang out with Paul, he's so chill. And then he flips the switch, whether that be for a slopestyle competition or a video part where he does some super creative stunts, taking inspiration from a lot of different sports, skateboarding, even parkour, where his brother is a complete and total animal. Paul Couderc dropping in for run number 2.
Flip X up flat drop. The switch has been flipped. Right there, 360 tail whip. Huge amplitude right there. Toboggan 360. Backflip, tail whip on the step down. Having to get a little bit of a pedal right there. Plenty of speed into the opposite cork 720. Bar spin out of the shark fin. Keeping his speed going. Can he do it?
Yeah, Paul!
Double backflip. Perfect right here. Quite a similar run to the first run, but Paul went early. Maybe getting caught up a little bit in some of those early scores. I think that's going to hit him in quite well. Backflip X up, drop in right there. 360 tail up, the height, the amplitude, the rotation, absolutely perfect.
Man, that flip whip on the step down was so clean. Straight to the pedals, cranking into that berm.
Opposite rotation on that first cork 7 and pulling in. Did you see, look at his tires. They hit the ground at the absolute same time. So smooth. Spidey-like, if you ask me.
Paul, you're already telling us what the hardest part of your run is, so we'll start there. What was the hardest part of that run, Paul Couderc?
The hardest part is to have passed 1 month on my big bike before and finding the confidence and the flow on the hardtail is hard. And I think I just find it again, so I'm very happy. I'm so happy. The run was clean. I can, of course, do more, but I just want to go step by step to have fun, find the flow. And yeah, it's a good day, man.
What is it about the Crankworx Slopestyle World Tour that keeps you coming back? I know you're focusing a lot on big mountain free ride these days, so it makes it that much harder to transition back to the hardtail. But what is it about this energy that keeps you coming back?
It's so different because it's way more technical. You have to be so precise, so focused at every jump. It's like millimeters. And now the level with all of those kids is just insane. So I'm very happy that I landed 2 runs, clean, I'm healthy.
So true.
Life is good.
Yeah, life is good. That was such a great run, Paul. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, Paul. So much aggression out on the course. Love to see it unleash.
All right, 78.33 the score, moving Paul into 9th place.
Paul definitely leaving hungry, wanting a little bit more out of that score. But as he said, such a good day out here, building that foundation, finding his flow on that DJ bike, and love for slopestyle once again.
Oh man, Griffin Paulson in the gate. Sitting in 8th place right now, ranked 6th in the world. Banger first run. We know he always has room to improve. He's got a deep bag of bangers. The big question is, what's he going to choose here? He's going to start things off with a big front bomb off the top drop.
Coming into this first hip feature, backflip, tailwhip. Looked like he wanted more out of that, and just his angle got flown completely off. Going super deep. Let's hope he's going to be okay. He was our bubble boy for that cutoff on the shootout. So hopefully we will see some more big impact right there, sort of favoring that knee. Hope he's going to be okay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the replay here. Let's pay attention to which direction this tail whip was. Obviously really challenging to do a flip whip over a hip. It looked like the direction he was doing it would have been downside to the angle of the hip jump. Riding left foot forward, coming in here. Yeah, you know what? Flip whipping, kicking the bike clockwise on that left-hand hip would be a really challenging way to flip whip a left-hand hip there.
Yeah, you see him come in just a little off axis, does stomp that leg down. Hopefully his knee is okay. Just a stinger there.
Kind of looking to try to do it the way we've seen Lucas Huppert do it in the past, like in Innsbruck, the way he's doing that flip whip the downside direction on the left-hand hip. But we're back up to the top now with your 7th place ranked rider so far in today's competition, Damian Anhder, youngster, 18 years old, out of California. Here we go. Oh, I love that roll.
Big corked roll flip off of that.
Whoa!
Right into a cork 720 bar spin. Gets a little bit of cork 720 X up, sorry. Yeah, gets a little bit off axis on that re-entry. Front end came up a little bit high.
We're seeing the riders roll the dice here in run number 2, the riders who had clean first runs. And you see why it's so important to get a clean run in the bag in the first run.
There's that lean corked out backflip off of the drop. Let's watch his handlebars right here. Cork 7 does get that X up. Front end comes up a little high, and that bucks him over the front.
It's almost like the rotation of the 720 has to be so fast to where without the X up, you would over-rotate. Also considering he's spinning to the left there. The angle of the hip is the left, so he needs to spin more like a 380. And it slowed down so much with that X up, he wasn't able to get around the last few degrees.
Well, if Damian is feeling all right, we might see him go for that trick again in the shootout because he is within that window.
Kaidan Ingersoll sitting on an 84.16, which is only good enough for 6th place right now for the defending Ōtautahi Slopestyle champion and the #1 qualifier from yesterday. What's he got? Double truck starting off.
Get out of your seats. Right there, a huge cork 7 bar spin right there. Does pull it around, so under-rotated. This is where his power is gonna pay off. 360 bar spin to downside tail up. He is back on track. Opposite 360 double tail up. That's spinning his unnatural rotation. Bars out.
This could do it. What's it gonna be on the final feature?
Backflip, double tail whip.
Oh man.
Going absolutely to the moon. Kaidan Ingersoll was not happy with his current rank of 6th place.
Oh man, the tricks were next level. He's gonna kick himself for that slight bobble of the pedals on the final jump.
Let's watch this second jump right here. This is another moment where his fitness is paying off. Under-rotated, but somehow manages to pull it around, hold onto the bike, and keep it pointed in the right direction.
This truck to down whip on the step down. And we had him barely make around the opposite 3 whip on this next jump in run number 1. And here he goes for this, Ellen.
Yeah, right here, opposite 360 double tail whip the bike and his rotation going unnatural. That's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy with your opposite hands.
Oh, and he had the pedals. Let's see how those feet slipped here. So much amplitude going deep on the landing. I mean, it's so minor, but the level is so high. Will the tricks be enough to overshadow that slight pedal slip? Oh my goodness. This is why we started the event so early today. The wind picking up a bit here. 11:12 local time.
Still a bit gusty. We've got moments of no wind, a couple of gusts, so another level of technicality happening for these riders out here before we're even through the second runs and into the shootout rounds.
The good thing is we have, at least yesterday, we have seen the wind come in gusts and in lulls, and we've seen the riders timing their drop-ins to the lulls.
Here it is right here. It looks like the bike may have over-rotated the flip just slightly, and his rear end's gonna come down. No? Yeah, just bounced off right there. Kind of landed on the pedal with his heel. Just didn't quite have the grip.
The thing is, look at the shoe signing. When a run is on such a high level, the tricks that are done in the run obviously play a huge factor into what the overall score is going to be. A lot of times these judges will have a set deduction for a pedal slip, depending on if it's with 1 foot, with 2 feet, if the pedals touch the ground. So a lot to think about here in the judges' tower. As we have 5 riders left to go, culminating with the top rider from run number 1, Erik Fedko, still unbeaten, your 9th place qualifier from yesterday, sitting on that 92.5.
Seeing Nicholi Rogatkin in 4th place, knowing he has a solid foundation to his run, he would be happy to walk out of here in 4th place, I think. But you know he's got more in the tank to really get everything out of it and bump himself even up to the podium.
I mean, 4th place is definitely striking distance, especially for a rider like Nicholi who has more in the tank, and especially on a day like today when we are potentially unveiling the shootout bonus round. All right, so he increased his score by 1 point, but unfortunately did not move up in the rankings. The best Kaidan Ingersoll can do today is 6th place.
So really showing those judges are really taking into account perfection on these tricks.
I take that back. That's not the best he can do today. That's every other year. We could still potentially have the shootout round.
That's true.
All right, Hoopy sitting in 5th. Does he have more on the final jump? We've seen him crank the dial on those cash rolls in the past.
Keeping an eye on the windsocks. We have windsocks on the final feature as well as the second feature. Talking with Nicholi, he was saying the windsocks were a little hard to read because they would blow so light. So he was actually paying attention to the trees, making sure that they were settled. But speaking of settled, here comes Lucas Huppert.
Conditions looking good for Hoopy.
360 tail whip on the flat drop. Such a technical move to start off his run. Downside double tail whip right there.
The tire gonna hold on.
360 double truck.
Yeah.
Yo, nice cork 720 off the step down. Front flip, double bar spin. Oh no, right there. Not quite getting enough of that front rotation. That's what makes those front flips so hard, is once you're off the lip, it's completely blind. Not only could he not see, he's also spinning the bars multiple times. Just not enough rotation or amplitude to get that around. But we might have another chance to see that trick pulled off.
Landing sideways there on the second feature. I was hoping that tire was gonna hold on. But that 3-whip drop right out of the start gate's gotta be the most technical trick we've seen on that first feature all day.
Yeah, you use the transition so much in order to generate the momentum to do a 360 tail up. So to do it off of a flat drop is super impressive.
Great to see Hoopy doing one for the fans here.
I don't hear any fat ladies singing, that's for sure. Is not over, Hooper.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Show me the Terminator. Show me the Hulk.
Nicholi Rogatkin getting psyched in the start gate right now. He turns into the Hulk when things are going good. He rides the wave of his competitors when the riding level is high. He pushes that extra into that extra gear. Sitting in 4th place right now, the veteran, the first rider to win the Triple Crown back in 2018. He's had 7 podiums. Can he add another one to the tally today?
Fast plant 360, getting wide riders right there, keeping the momentum going. There's an uptick from his first run. Only had a double tail whip in that first run. Gets 3 off clean. Coming to this step down, huge corked out 7.
He told us he wanted that.
Right there, gets the twister off. Okay, can he one-up himself down to the bottom?
Come on, Nicholi.
Bar spins the shark fin, getting all the points. And there it is, the tail whip cash roll.
Oh, the Selly, baby. The Sally!
No improvisations on that run. That is exactly what he had in mind when he dropped in. Such a solid run. So stoked to see Nicholi back in his groove. Taking a look back right there. You see him fading riders right on that first bit. That is the most important part of his run. That is what set the tone, able to one-up with the triple downside tail up on the hip. And right here, the 1080 forward off axis rotation. So much going. That's the smallest jump I've seen him do that on. And then bringing it down with the Kashi tail whip. Look how far down the landing and the authority with that stomp.
Nicholi, you called your shot when you chatted with us right here after run number 1. It's one thing to say it, it's another to do it. What was that like?
Oh, that was a lot of pressure up top. All the guys were stepping it up. Some of them were having difficulty. You know, you see Kaidan almost swerve off course. See Huppert go down right in front of me. Tried to not change the plan. Tried to believe in myself. And I thought that Quark 7 wasn't really coming around. And then when I landed the wheels down, I'm like, okay, I'm on. So I was so fired up coming through this finish. Landing the run in the sickest feeling. So, pressurizing moments.
Boom! I can't wait to see where that puts you on the leaderboard. Good job, Nicholi. Bangers. All the way down.
So you've just gone through the emotion of one-upping yourself. You're waiting for your score, and for the first time ever in Crankworx, it's actually not over.
Nobody's singing. Yeah, the judges are earning their keep out here today with the level of riding and the fact that they're not done after the second runs conclude. That is peak Nicholi Rogatkin right there.
Absolutely.
We still have 3 riders left to drop. Chance Moore, David Godziek, and your leader basically all day, Erik Fedko, never won a World Tour stop. Crankworx Slopestyle sitting on a 92.5.
We've seen it slip through Fedko's fingers a couple of times, most notably due to a flat tire in Cairns back a couple of years ago. But he's looking really good right now. I can't help but have a sense of feeling proud for Nicholi and the way he carries himself and the things he's doing. Seeing him a little Grom coming in out of nowhere, becoming the rider he is. So cool to see.
Will Nicholi Rogatkin move into the top 3? He needs to better an 89 to move 1 spot up the leaderboard into 3rd. Score coming in for run 2. It is going to be a 91.3. He's into 2nd place.
You serious?
That's what we talk about. It comes and it goes. It was not his best run. Well, what's awesome about that is we get to see him back out on course before the day is over.
Nicholi into 2nd place. Obviously not happy with the score, but for once, there's still an opportunity to answer back. But right now, it's all about this guy right here, Chance Moore. Just knocked out of the podium. He'll be sitting in 4th right now. Let's see if he can dig deeper here in run number 2.
We know he's got some bangers that he could take in the shootout. Some tricks that have never been pulled in a Crankworx run before, but we've seen attempts. Let's see what he's got. He's in.
Here we go, Chance. What?
Front flip bar spin off the flat drop, already stepping it up. Backflip, double tail whip, going absolutely to the moon.
No way!
How did he save that? Just called an audible midair straight into a cork 720. He is not going to give up right here. Opposite 720. How in the world? There was supposed to be a tail whip in there, but it didn't happen. Chance Moore, what's he got down at the bottom? Double backflip, can, pulls it around cleanly. I can't be 100% sure, but on that hip, back up there, up high on the course, I want to say there was a 270 downside tail whip planned, but he just missed the pop with his feet and decided to bring the bike back under him. How was that possible?
It was the down whip that never was, but that fronty bar drop. You got to be kidding me.
And then right here, watch, he changes his mind.
What are you doing, bike?
Yeah, he went for the pop and the bike stayed, and he just went right back into it, put his feet back on like nothing happened.
Yeah, got hung up on his left foot. The fact that he was able to just stay the course and finish this run with all the tricks he had planned. This opposite 720 is so crazy looking.
That shows me the amount of repetition that Chance Moore has practicing these tricks. The diversity that he went through in that run did not faze him one bit.
Hey, Chance, you do not do a run like that without just constant repetition in training. What have your preparations been like to lead into this run?
Honestly, they're undescribed. I have such an amazing crew, such an amazing family, such an amazing friend group. So to do a run like that, go a little squirrely on the hip, recompose, do what I practiced, prepared. Yeah, it's just a dream, really. I'm speechless right now. I'm out of breath. So scary. Start the run with the fronty bar, 3 double whip. Went for the 3 down whip. For some reason, didn't kick the whip. I don't know. Maybe I was somewhere else at that point.
Yeah, that's where I lost my breath.
Yeah. Somehow got back under me, continued the run, added the double flip can. I'm just so grateful to be here in this beautiful place, right in front of such an amazing crowd. So I'm completely speechless, so thank you. Thank you to my mom, my dad, my friends, my sponsors, and everyone who watches live. I love you all.
Absolutely. The fronty bar drop. Have you done that one in a competition yet?
I've never done that one to dirt, but I've been preparing it for a year's time. So
no way.
I was up there. I just wanted it so bad, you know. I have so much love and passion and devotion for this sport. So I just really wanted it. I wanted to show everyone what I'm capable of, and to practice, prepare, and then to make it happen is the dream, really. So thank you.
It's not that big of a drop to squeeze that in.
It really is not. It was a hard snap, hard pull, hard head bang. So my goggles like went up a little. I was like just looking at the lip. I was like 3 double whip style, you know. So I'm having fun. I'm living it. I'm loving it. So yeah, it's
You've
good
done your job. I can't wait to see what the judges do with theirs.
Yeah, take a deep breath because it's shootout time, baby.
I'm still out of breath. Still full of adrenaline. Still speechless. So thank you guys. Appreciate you.
That was the type of run where we don't have to do the riding, but we get adrenaline as well. And for that, we thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I tried my best for you guys. So let's go.
So good. Come on, man. That's what slopestyle competition is all about right there.
Thank you.
That was a moment.
Absolutely. Chance stepping it up. You love to hear his mindset, just not willing to give up.
Oh, man. David Godziek at the top of the course, sitting in podium contention, but for a guy who has won the Triple Crown of Slopestyle, you know third place is not what he woke up this morning dreaming of.
Needs a 92.5 to take himself into first place, heading into the shootout round.
Here we go. David Godziek, run number 2.
Backflip bar spin off the flat drop, gets high in the berm, so momentum will not be a problem. 3 times around, triple tail whip.
Topside as well.
Triple 270 bar spin into that hip.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa, and he does the cash roll tail whip on the step down. Front flip tuck no hander. Look at the perfection. He's landing so high. His rotations are so perfect. Just steezing his way down this course. And the no-handed twister. Oh!
No way.
That was...
Oh, I feel like if he just squeaked in one pedal, he would have had that.
So what he needed. Hard to believe that that would not have bumped him back up to the top. But Godziek, it's not over. We've seen this position so many times.
I'm trying to think, did he do flat drop flip bar and run number 1?
I believe so. I've seen too many tricks since then. So remember for sure, but that right there, the triple.
This was maybe the highlight right here.
Yeah, the cash roll tail whip on the step down. Just look at how dialed in he is right there. Flip, tuck, no hander, full extension, perfect rotation. And right here, what happened? Just knifing that tire in just a little bit with his body weight getting flung over.
I mean, riders are definitely trying to carry speed without pedaling, but I really feel like with one quick crank before that lip, it could have been a different story. Still sitting in third with the shootout bonus round coming up.
David Godziek in a shootout bonus round has me excited.
Something to mention about the shootout as well is nothing will change to a rider's top score. You still hold on to that. You can only add.
Fedko, maybe the least favorite fan of the shootout in this moment right here, sitting in first place.
This is crazy. Normally, you know, he's probably not going to try to better his score here. He'll probably opt to participate in that shootout round and see what happens. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Could this be Erik Fedko's first big Crankworx World Tour gold medal?
Yeah, maybe just touching up on a couple of things, testing out some speed. These riders are going to get to choose which obstacle they will use. Oh, this is a little casual double backflip, no big deal. They're going to get to choose the obstacle that they go for their trick in the shootout. So could be some advantage right there, feeling out the wind, feeling out the conditions.
What are the odds that a rider like Fedko, who we've been waiting to win a big Crankworx World Tour slopestyle stop for so many years, he's had 3 second places. What are the odds the time when he's most positioned to do so is when we are unveiling the bonus round, and it's not a gimme.
Yeah, the least favorite fan of that new format right now for sure. But if I know anything about Fedko, it's not going to bother him. He knows what he needs to do. He has the skill, the capability, the intangibles that you can't buy, that you can't teach, his style. He's got what it takes, so it's definitely not over for him heading into the shootout.
Yeah, man.
Can I please get in the camera? Please.
Yo, can I get a Red Bull? Whose pen is this? Oh, yeah. Can I get a phone? Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Can I get in the camera?
We got Benedette here saying that line was cleaner than my room before guests come over. That is one thing we always expect from Erik Fedko, is a clean run. What we're curious about right now is what will transpire here in this shootout bonus round. So Peter Henke, our head judge, we're starting out the season with a lot of experiments right now. What was it like judging this competition compared to any other competition you guys have judged, knowing that we still have this shootout round coming?
Sorry about that.
All right, now that you got the headset on, what was the difference about judging this event, knowing the shootout run is coming up next?
I would say we really look for a complete run, which is clean, trick on every feature, no pedal slips. And yeah, now with the best trick format, the guys have the chance to step it up again. But we really were focusing on a nice run with a lot of trick variety, style, and big amplitude. Yeah.
Have you taken a look yet at how many riders are within 10 points of third place and how many riders in the men's field we will see competing in the shootout round?
Actually, not really, but I think it's going to be around Griffin. Like, I think Griffin is probably, and I think Damian Anhder is the last one who is in for the best trick, yeah.
And what will be the max score you guys will be judging on the scale of for these one-off best tricks in the shootout round?
Yeah, we're going to judge from 1 to 10, and we're going to judge this as a completely standalone best trick competition, so there will be nothing as a repetition criteria, and for me, 10 would be a never been done before trick, so yeah, we'll see.
And so obviously if somebody did get a 10 like Fedko, who's sitting on a 92.5, you could have more than 100 in this competition as your winning score?
Exactly.
All right, cool. I understand how it works right now. Let's get it underway. Oh my goodness. Thinking back to these runs, I kind of want to go side by side with Fedko and Nicholi Rogatkin. Here we go. Rogatkin on the right, Fedko on the left. Oh man, the cork sev on the step down for Nicholi. We heard him saying he almost thought that one wasn't going to work. So the cork sev for Fedko on the left with the front cork 10. The twister from Nicholi on the right. Look like they're both bar spinning that satellite. Fedko getting the tuck no-hander on the second air there. Double flip no-hander versus Akashi whip. Man, I feel like that triple whip up top from Nicholi definitely plays into things. So the way this shootout will work, each rider gets to choose their feature. There are 8 big trickable features on this Ōtautahi Slopestyle course. They only get 1 attempt. They do not have to call their trick, but they have to identify which feature they're going to do that trick on. And as you heard from our head judge, Peter Henke, they'll be judging on a scale of 1 through 10. 10 would be a never been done in competition trick, and that score will be added into their top score from the first 2 runs. You see Nicholi on screen right now, visualizing. Something tells me he's eyeing up that final feature for his shootout round. We're taking a look at another one of the amazing trails here at Christchurch Adventure Park. This is Phoenix. And I'll tell you one thing I know for sure, Alan and I, as soon as this competition is over, we got our bikes here at the venue. We're hopping on that lift. We're gonna be riding Ozone. We're gonna be riding Phoenix. And we're gonna be sampling all the trails that Christchurch Adventure Park has to offer. It's gonna be a blast, but before we get to riding, there's still so much more action here on the Ōtautahi Slopestyle course, the shootout round about to go off. Alan took off from the booth, left me here all alone. He's in the field. I want to get a read on what the vibe is like at the top, Alan.
Yeah, it's pretty calm up here. The wind's looking good. I'm up here with Patricia. Patricia, how are you feeling coming into this new format? Are you stoked to drop in and really lay it out? You only got 1 jump to think about, so it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit different than like the last years. It's a completely new system, and like you can save your runs with it, and I'm super stoked. But yeah, I will try my best and see how it goes. I don't know.
All right, it sounds good. Good luck. I'm stoked to see this new format unveil.
I mean, Patricia won Rotorua to kick off the World Tour last year. She was second in Cairns, second here last year, and the fact that she's tasted that blood, she's won a World Tour stop. She's sitting in second place right now. And if anybody has the trick to add to their score right now and potentially move into the lead, it's Patricia Druwen. Shealen Reno right now is sitting in that first place spot for the women. Curious to get the word on what feature Patricia Druwen is eyeing up. It's kind of like a trick shot in pool. You know, you're like, all right, we're going to go 8-ball corner pocket. Man with no fear says, yeah, the big show is here. That's right. This is what we've been kind of hinting at and getting excited over all day. The shootout bonus round. Will we do it today and then continue to do it for the rest of the season? Time will tell. We're about to find out how this goes. Patricia Druwen dropping in. All right, so let's see which feature she chose. Will it be the last feature? Will it be the step down? Nope, working her way through this Ōtautahi Slopestyle course. Something tells me it's gonna be that final Showtime booter. Here we go. Backflip. All right, the crowd loves it.
On the final feature.
I believe she's 1.33 away. So all she needs to do is score 1.34 out of 10 to move into the lead and put the pressure on Shealen Reno and see if she'll take a shootout bonus round. Now Patricia Druwen's got that backflip all day long. She's playing smart strategy here, knowing that there's a good chance we won't see Shealen go for a backflip. Shealen would have to probably dig into her repertoire of combination upright maneuvers, but we did see her throw a bar spin, which is something we don't typically associate with Shealen Reno's trick bag. That trick scored a 5. So Patricia now sitting on a 90. Shealen will be sitting on an 86.33. The big question now, Is Shealen going to take a shootout jump?
Thank you.
All right, Alan, you're up with Shealen. I'm curious what feature she's eyeing up.
Shealen, looking awesome out there, stepping it up, getting into that first place. We're in the shootout. What feature do you have your eyes on? Are you going technical or are you going big?
I'm going to do the last jump. I think that's like a good one for the slight wind and just, yeah, big air time.
Nice, yeah, just kind of focus on your speed and your momentum and getting comfortable in it and just really going to unleash on that last set.
Yeah, totally. Just going to have fun and enjoy it.
I like it. Well, you're in a good spot now. I'm excited to see what you got down there. Good luck.
All right. She's sitting on an 86.33. She needs to beat a 90 now. We just saw the backflip from Patricia Druwen score a 5. She needs to better a 3.67 here in the shootout round. She's eyeing up the final feature. Working her way down to the Showtime booter. What she got for us? Here we go. Oh, the disco can. No-footed can to the right, taking the opposite hand off. 2 feet over the top tube to the right, left hand off. The disco can, she needs that to score more than a 3.67 to take the win here today. Danny Stenberg saying they love this addition to the competition format. I hear you, I am too. Coming down to the wire. So if a backflip scores a 5, what's a disco can gonna score? A trick like this comes down to execution. Look like both legs extended nicely over the top tube to the right side of the bike. Okay, here we go. Oh, it scores a 4. I mean, hey, my math is unofficial, but let's see what our graphic delivers here. I think she just needed a 3.67 to take the win here today. Getting our adding machines out. Boom, she does it. Shealen Reno takes over the lead and wins the Ōtautahi Slopestyle competition. 90.33 combined total score. I'm not sure if she even knows it yet. Oh, you know what? Where she's looking at the screen, you can't see the bottom. Somebody's got to tell her.
Christchurch, I want you to stomp your feet. Make some noise, give us a drum roll. Make the ground shake. If you're away to the drama, stomp your feet. Lift your hands.
There it is, team official. Jaden Chipman by just 0.33 of a point. Will take the win here in the first ever.
Let's go!
World Tour stop, the pro net rider from the USA is Shealen Reno.
Shealen Reno does it. Well, our first little peek at how this new format works, and I'm already a big fan. The consistency of the sharpshooter, Shealen, leading to the win here today, the first stop of the 2026 Crankworx World Tour, the inaugural event of the Slopestyle Super League, and it came down to a disco can. Who would have thought? Shealen, congratulations on taking the win out here today. I have a feeling that, like me, you were a fan of this shootout format. How much pressure were you feeling dropping in, knowing that it all comes down to one trick?
Oh yeah, there's so much pressure, but I just went with a go-to trick that I knew I could land, and I just stuck with that, and super excited to take my first win here in Crankworx.
Congratulations. I mean, you were the first ever overall world champion for the sport of slopestyle, and you've stuck to your guns with the upright tricks. What can you say about keeping those tricks relevant in the sport? They are not easy.
Yeah, I don't know, just coming from BMX racing, I just always gone straight and forward. So I just am comfortable with those tricks, and I find them the easiest for me to do.
It's so fun to watch. Congratulations on taking the win, Shealen.
Appreciate it. Woo!
I love me a good disco can. Classic tricks coming back into play here in slopestyle in 2026. Who would have thought? Shealen Reno soaks up the big win here. 90.33 was the final score that took the win. Patricia Druwen locking down that second place, and Harriet Burbidge-Smith rounding out the podium. And now we get to do the same thing for the men. And if the women's category was any indication, do not leave the Crankworx YouTube channel right now. Alan, what's taking place up at the top?
I'm up at the top here. Things are calm. It's cool. We got my man right here. He's in the deep end right now in Crankworx World Tour. You're about ready to drop in. You're going to kick off this format for the men. How you feeling? What jump you planning on?
Last jump, feeling good. A little antsy, ready to go.
Little antsy, ready to go. I can feel the tension up here. Get it, my man.
Ooh, this is good. The hungry youngster. He just saw the concept proven here. You can move up the rankings utilizing this shootout round. You can even win the competition if you're within striking distance. Damian Anhder dropping in. Casually flat cork flipping the first drop, making his way down to that final jump.
Will it be the step down? No, it looks like Damian Anhder is going to choose the final money booter.
Here we go, Damian Anhder lining up to the final straightaway. It's going to come down to this Showtime money booter for his shootout bonus trick. Oh, is it a Kashi bar? Going down, swinging. Hey, you got to give it to him for going for it. You miss all the shots you don't take. Love to see that. And now we know he's got a Kashi bar for the rest of the season, somewhere hidden in his bag of tricks. Will we see him reach for it again later this year? Time will tell. Good to see him getting out of that one smooth as well. Kind of sliding, no heavy impacts. You gotta be as good at crashing as you are at riding if you're gonna have a future in this sport of slopestyle mountain biking. So not going to see any shakeups to the leaderboard here with an unsuccessful shootout bonus trick for Damian. We'll see who else takes this opportunity up for grabs to move up the rankings. Alan, who else we got up there?
Cam, you can feel the energy up here. We got Kaidan Ingersoll, a couple of little miscues on his runs, but kept him in the shootout. This is definitely an opportunity for you. What jump are you pointing out? And you want to let us in any secrets?
Yeah, I'll hit the jump after the step down, see if we can capitalize on the score a bit.
So jump after the step down. We got a different jump than we saw the other riders. It's going to be good. Good luck, Kaidan.
Cheers, bro.
Kaidan has a 6-hour playlist of songs that are all from freeride mountain bike videos, and I gotta believe he just hit play on that playlist right now. What are we gonna see? It's gonna be the second straightaway here for Kaidan Ingersoll. The wood to dirt trick jump after the step down. Here we go, the run-in starts now. Over the step down through the right berm. What trick will he choose here? Oh, the opposite 360 double whip. He used that in his run, which was a huge improvement from the opposite 360 single whip he did in run number 1. We know it played into the high score. We know that score was docked a bit by the pedal slip at the bottom jump. So what will this trick score on its own here in the shootout round?
I need him, bro.
Here we go. Spinning his opposite direction, tail whipping his opposite direction. A little bit of a bobble in the middle as he catches the bike, but he gets those feet clean to the pedals. No pedal slip, no feet touching the ground. I know that's going to score high. You see Phil McLean, Connor McFarlane, and Peter Henke right now deliberating what score on the scale of 1 through 10 to give that opposite 360 double tail from Kaidan Ingersoll. Ooh, the Oppo 3 double whip scores a 7. We will add that to his top run score from the 2 T to Bs. And we'll do some math, see where that moves him on the leaderboard. Oh, it moves him all the way up to 2nd. Wow. Kaidan Ingersoll now sitting on a 92.16. Alan, who do we have next?
Cam, we got Lucas Huppert up here. One of the first riders that we saw when we pulled into the venue. Lucas, you've been looking absolutely perfect all week long. What jump are you going to pick to round this weekend out here in the shootout? We've already seen Kaidan bump up to 2nd place after that trick, so we know that there's opportunity out there.
Sure, yeah, thank you, Alan. I'm actually looking forward to the drop because I really want to do a trick I'm the only one doing, and yeah, play tactical, and I think it's going to be cool for sure.
I love it, going technical. Good luck, Lucas.
Appreciate it.
Going off the flat drop.
Yes. Oh, I have a feeling I know what he's got up his sleeve here. Currently sitting in 6th place right now. He had a throwaway run in run number 2. This is maybe my favorite thing about this format, the fact that these riders can pick any feature they want. Something like a 3-whip off a flat drop is one of the heaviest things we've seen all day. If that's what he's choosing, how will that score on its own on a scale of 1 to 10? Here we go. 360 tail whip, straight. Oh, a little tiny bit of a pedal slip. It was minor, but that will definitely play into things on a scale of 1 to 10.
Very tightly. His run number 1 score, that 85.66, will be what the judges are going to add his score to in the shootout. 92 gets into.
What are the judges going to do here with this 360 tail up off the flat drop?
Let's see how the score is. That's for sure if that scored so well.
Lucas Huppert sitting on an 85.66. The score to beat a 92.5, meaning he needs better than a 6.84 to move into the lead. We saw that opposite 3 double whip from Kaidan Ingersoll score a 7. Will this score a 7? Let's take a look at the pedals. Oh, the left foot slips off, doesn't touch the ground. And these judges, these World Tour judges, will definitely dock this score for that. The question is by how much? What will the deduction be here for this left foot slip? You got to take into consideration the weight, the heaviness of a hop 3-whip off of a flat drop.
Let's see the score. Let's hear it.
Get a bit of time with this one. After looking.
Keeping the sponsors happy there. Antone Mate on the helmet. Trick score comes in. It's a 6.2. It's not the 6.84 he needed to take over the lead, but where will it slot him into the leaderboard?
For ranking. Little mistake, but what can we do?
Moves him into third. There we go. Another podium shakeup.
It was gotta be hard. Next time, no pepper flip.
All right, we're seeing this shake up the leaderboard quite a bit every time somebody drops in. Alan, who's next?
Cam, I'm up here with Chance. He's looking calm, he's looking cool, he's looking collected. Chance, how you feeling? What jump you aiming at?
Yo, what up, Alan? I'm gonna aim for the flat drop, so let's get it.
I like it. We saw some new tricks out of you. I think you got this. Send it, my man.
Thank you.
We talked to Chance in the finish corral after a successful run 2. He told us that was the first time, not only that he'd done a front flip bar spin off of a flat drop in a contest, it's the first time he had done it to dirt. He talked about the fact that this flat drop isn't humongous, doesn't offer up a ton of airtime, and everything needs to be perfect. The snap to initiate the front flip. The bar spin needs to come all the way around. The hands need to get cleanly back to those grips. Chance Moore sitting in 6th place right now. Chance Moore waiting for the perfect conditions here, waiting for the wind to let up. Looks like he likes it. Here we go, Chance Moore, what's he got? It is the fronty bar drop, perfect! Feet stay on the pedals. I'm sure the execution category for that one-off move is gonna be maxed out. And now for the fans.
Was his judge feature, but one more jump to go. Let's bring him home.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, guys. I tried my best for you.
Young Canadian, definitely a threat to the podium.
Look at this snap. Snaps the front flip, gets the bar spin, eyes up the landing, feet stay on. Perfect execution. And you can see just enough airtime to squeeze that through. Whoa! Trick score comes in. It's a 7.8 out of 10. Yo is right. That's right, Chance. All right. Chance, I couldn't think of better timing to have a brand new trick in your back pocket to unveil, not only in the midst of a top to bottom run, but then have that locked in enough to do it here in the shootout. What was it like doing it again?
To do it again was an amazing feeling, you know? So much practice, preparation, and perseverance is what happens to get a trick like that done consistently. I did my first one to dirt today. I've been blessed to practice it over and over and over for years. So to get it done, super risky maneuver, only one to do it in comp, and to do it twice in a row is a true blessing, so I'm forever thankful.
It scored a 7.8, so let's see where it puts you on the leaderboard. Hey, here we go. Oh!
Let's go!
You're in the lead!
That's what I'm talking about! Yeah!
Oh my goodness. Chance Moore into the lead.
Yeah! Oh my!
The new score to beat, a 97.63.
Let's go. Absolutely.
This is insane, Alan. Who's next?
Yeah, Cam, the excitement is definitely building up here. I'm here with David. What do you got? What obstacle are you going to be pushing on today?
I'm just going to hit the step down with words first, and let's see where it will put me.
All right, man. I love this format. I love your chances at this. Probably the deepest bag of tricks. Let's see some.
That was how you order dinner, not how you call out a world's first that you're about to drop in an attempt. He needs a 97.63 combined between his top run and his shootout score here to take the win. He just called out what he wants. He referred to it as a world's first on the step down, which I'm guessing will be the dirt to dirt step down, started in that second straightaway of the course. Yes, it's going to be. Here we go, after this hip, it's on. He's gotta line it up nice into this berm, have the speed. Here we go, what's David Godziek have for us? Oh, he was gonna try to squeeze out the bar spin after the tail up there on that cash roll. But guess what? The judges are still gonna be able to score a cash roll tail up on a scale of 1 to 10 to add to his score. Ooh, it's gonna be fun to watch this replay and see how his legs are trying to pinch that seat and squeeze out that extra variation. That's the great part about only having to call out your feature, not your trick. So he will just get judged on what this is on its own. That's a trick we saw him do in his run. Cash roll tail whip, perfect execution, straight to pedals. Golf claps all around out here from the fans at Ōtautahi Slopestyle.
Impressive stunt from the Polish rider.
Oh my, it scores a 9.2 that he will add to his score. He's visually happy. Visibly psyched here for the first time all day. The composure of David Godziek is unparalleled. What will that do to the overall here? There we go, he adds that to his score. It's a 99.86. David Godziek goes into the lead. Oh man. 99.86 combined score. And as we mentioned earlier, it's possible to surpass 100 here. All right, Alan, what do we got next?
Cam, I'm up here with probably the most electric rider on the circuit. I can feel its high voltage right now. How you feeling, Nicholi? What obstacle are you going to go after today?
Well, that second run of mine definitely felt electric, but no opposite move, so I'm directing my attention to the final jump on this course. I'm going to try to get an opposite cash roll.
I like it. Boosting in technicality in this format. Let's see what he's got.
I love it. We talked about it at the top of the show that he'd been showing that on Instagram. A rider who's not traditionally known for his opposite tricks, but the one that he does have is an opposite cash roll, which just frankly is something you don't see in the middle of slopestyle runs. Can he do it here today in the shootout? Here we go. Nicholi Rogatkin calling a shot, wants an oppo cash roll. Can he get it? It's perfect! Spotless execution. Looks identical to his regular cash roll.
Nice fucking work, dude. That was perfect. Yeah.
Cannot stress how difficult that is.
Holy shit, bro, 99? Fucking sick.
He wants to challenge for the win here.
Here's the replay of the opposite cash roll. You see him spinning all day. Well, all season, every season to the left. And here he is spinning to the right on the cash roll, which is a front cork 720 spinning over that top shoulder. And Danny Stenberg calling out that landing as gold. I happen to agree. If you're just joining us, we're at stop one of the 2026 Crankworx Slopestyle season, the kickoff of the Slopestyle Super League. And a feature we've added to the show today is the shootout round. After 2 complete slopestyle runs, the riders take their best score. And to that score, they add their best trick on the feature of their choice. The judges score them on a scale of 1 through 10. That score gets added to their top run score, and it shakes up the leaderboard. It's an experiment we're playing with today, and so far we're loving the results. Alan's at the top with our next rider.
Yeah, Cam, I'm up here with Fedko. rider who was in first place after the first 2 runs, the man that does not have the added bonus of the shootout. Fedko, you've been looking super clean all weekend. What do you got?
Thank you so much. I'm going for the middle feature, the hip, and try a combo there that not anyone is doing, I think. So let's see if it works out. I'm confident. I did it in practice, so let's get this done.
I like it, working on a combo you've done, but adding a difficulty on the hip.
Exactly.
Get this, my man. Let's seal it up.
So Fedko was sitting in the lead. He was the 9th place qualifier from yesterday's seeding round. Any other season, he would have had a victory lap, walked away with his first big World Tour win. Today, he's got more work to do. There we go. The score for Nicholi Rogatkin coming in at a 7.8. Will that shuffle the leaderboard? 7.8, the score for that opposite Castrol. Takes him up to a 99.13, sitting in 2nd place. Got the final rider left to drop here. Erik Fedko. He's sitting in 4th now. He got bumped off of the podium. Oh, I love that comment. Here comes the Fed KO. We hear the other riders trying to guess what he's going to do. Could it be the 3 down whip to seat grab Indy? That's what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, you see him miming through his visualization process for this final trick. I think he's going for the 3 down whip, catching the seat and stretching out that seat grab Indian air. Here we go, can Fedko move back into podium contention? Can he take back over the lead? He's eyeing up the right hand hip on the 2nd straightaway, the middle feature of the course, right after this step down. Here we go. It all comes down to this. Yes, perfect execution, spotless landing. Erik Fedko has done his job today. The rest is left up to the judges. Oh man, the excitement does not end here today. Insane.
Fuck, we all locked in and we did our shit.
I'm not going to repeat what he said, but you heard it and you get the gist.
It's us, in any case.
A look back. The judges are watching the replay. We might as well. Look at that. 360 with a downside tail, kicking that tail up the opposite direction that he's rotating the 360, catching the seat, looking back at the crowd, crossing the legs, the seat grab Indian air after the 360 down whip. Alan, welcome back to the booth. I feel like I kind of love our experiment here.
Yeah, that was intense up there at the booth. People were counting numbers, trying to figure out what you need to do. The thing I love about Fedko's attempt is he knew what he needed to beat, and he probably could have beat it without what he did, but he rolled the dice, and that's exactly what you need to do in this format.
Erik Fedko, that was bread and butter, my man. What was it like sitting up there in the hot seat for so long, knowing that you needed to stomp one of your signature tricks here to hopefully move back into that spot?
Dude, I was nervous. I knew all these guys have such big tricks in the back, so I was just preparing myself to do a 2nd run. Add some things to some features that were not like 100% bangers, like the 7, for example. I tried to maybe think about a 7 combo there. After sitting in 1 after the first runs, or after everyone dropped for the 2nd run, I was like, okay, keep it chill, focus on the shootout. And I wanted to play it safe with the double flip talk, but then I was at the top seeing everyone throw down big bangers. So I was like, fuck, I have to do something unique, something that no one else is doing. Went for the 3 down whip to Indian air and worked out perfect. So
how important is it to you to have those unique tricks where you have the ability to sprinkle in your own personal flair?
I think they're super important, man. Like, you show your own style of riding, you show your own expression of riding. Like, it's super important. Like, Nicholi has these crazy spins, you know, David has these spins with the combos. Every rider is so unique, and I think that's what makes it, like, exciting, you know, in the sport. Like, everyone has his own style, his own bangers. It's insane.
Yeah, well, huge props up there for the mental game. I
you
saw
so
you
much.
had something in your mind. People were talking numbers. You only need this to beat.
Oh, yeah?
And you just stayed strong,
8.2.
baby.
Oh,
That's
8.2.
what's up.
What's that going to do? Let's see.
I think that's enough based on what they were saying at the top.
We're adding it to his top score. Here we
A
go.
100.7
You did it,
for Erik
Fedko.
Fedko right there. He does it. He takes the win for the first time in a Crankworx World Tour. Through the adversity of this new format, he could not be held back.
Wow, no way.
So stoked right there for Fedko. I was talking about the mental strength he had. He had a plan. He knew what he needed to do. Maybe he didn't have to do it, but he needed to do it for himself, and it was all it took right there, a score of 100.7, and there's the gold medal.
Oh, man.
I can see the monkey dancing right off of his back right now.
After 3 second places on the Crankworx Slopestyle World Tour, Erik Fedko has earned this one. First big gold medal.
So hard for an athlete of this caliber to really comprehend this moment. I'm sure it's going to be sinking in over the next couple of days. But look at the results right there. Fedko able to withhold the barrage of stunts from his competitors, and Nicholi Rogatkin back on a Crankworx World Tour podium. I'm not saying with that surprise, I'm just stoked for the guy.
Come on, man. After so many seasons of an unchanged format, I love the addition of the shootout round. This sport is over 2 decades old, and today it feels like a fresh, brand new toy.
Absolutely. The strategy and the games these riders are going to start playing from the first practice run all the way through these shootouts is going to change.
No way. 100.7. We never thought that was possible.
No, definitely not. But this new format, man, I wish you were up there. Maybe we can switch next time. The electricity and like the air up there, you could just feel what was going on.
And to think that the final rider to drop has the most opportunity to take the win because they're starting with that highest number to begin with. But you still have that extra pressure of needing to make the right decision and stomp it. When you only have one move and a scale of 1 through 10, that move is under a microscope, and we've seen little tiny pedal slips completely change the game. Perfection is mandatory.
Yeah, and Fedko dealt with that pressure super good. I mean, they were talking about you only need this, you only need that, because they know he could have maybe, you know, laid up. He was talking about his layup as a double backflip no-hander, but he didn't think that was going to be enough, and the confidence that he's going to gain to just laying it out like that when he maybe didn't need to is going to carry him through this 26 World Tour season.
And leaning into something that is so original, so just trademark to Erik Fedko, and having that play a hand in the win just really adds to the story as well. Oh my goodness, the Slopestyle Super League is underway for 2026. We got the Messels claiming, I love Crankworx. I do too. Thank you for joining us at the Messels. Thank you to everybody out there on the Crankworx YouTube channel for joining us here on this. I mean, we're going to look back on this as a monumental and historic Crankworx Slopestyle event as we've turned a new chapter in format and an added level of excitement in the sport of slopestyle in a beautiful city, Ōtautahi, Christchurch. It feels good to be here. It feels good to be able to share this experience with you on the Crankworx YouTube channel. And as promised, we've got one last thing to do, and it is to give away this piece of authentic Crankworx Christchurch merchandise. We're going to give it away to Rage Goose 67. Congratulations. We're going to reach out to you, get your address, and it's coming your way. You can only get that thing right here or in the mail if you had the best comment. Thank you for joining the conversation. What a day, Alan.
Yeah, man. I mean, I am pumped for the rest of the season. I mean, I'm always stoked to get these seasons going, but with this new format, and it really feels like the riders are adapting to it and accepting it for what it is. And man, it just adds a whole nother layer.
For sure. We've got other events that aren't on the Crankworx World Tour that are joining the Slopestyle Super League as well. We'll be bringing back Red Bull District Ride later on in the Northern Hemisphere summer. But right now, it is summer in New Zealand, and Alan and I, we've got one thing left to do today, and that is throw our bikes on the lift here at Crankworx Adventure Park, get some laps in for ourselves, and mark our calendars for the next stop on the Crankworx World Tour, which is coming up quick. Just a couple weeks' time, March 11th through the 15th on the North Island of New Zealand, Rotorua, a staple on the Crankworx World Tour. We are looking forward to being back there in just 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, definitely padding that post-Crankworx come down, knowing that it's only 3 weeks and we're going to be back in New Zealand in Rotorua. Man, I cannot wait.
But it doesn't stop there. Once we're done with the 2 Southern Hemisphere stops down here in beautiful New Zealand, we will work our way over to Canada, where Crankworx started in Whistler before we move things over to Crankworx Silver Star joining the World Tour this year. And then a new stop, Crankworx Mont Saint Anne. We will be racing the legendary downhill track out there, as well as introducing the World Championship event of Slopestyle. So much to look forward to in this very young 2026 season that has undoubtedly got kicked off on the right foot.
Absolutely. I mean, the momentum that we have moving towards these new features like the playoffs and the World Championships, I can't think of a better start here.
This has been the Ōtautahi Slopestyle at Christchurch Adventure Park, kicking off the 2026 Crankworx World Tour. Thank you for joining us. We will see you in Rotorua.
We going up, ain't nothing on top of us. Yeah, we're rising above, ain't nobody stopping us. Nothing can get in our way, anything they throw right is not even enough. Guess I'm making to get to this moment, now I feel like nothing's impossible. Yeah, it's my time to get it, my time to get it. Let's get down to business. Yeah, it's my time to get it, my time to get it. Let's get down to business. What you know about the nights up in the trenches? I was working overtime with only God there as my witness. I was putting in those hours, I was watching from the benches. Now I've elevated, took a minute, it's my time to get it. Look at me, I become a king, conquer everything, bring the heat, got that fire, burn you to the third degree. Lucky me, made a habit out of claiming victory. Bet I'll be #1, cause excellence is in my genes. Yeah, look, hard as steel, and I'm coming in for the kill. I can't stop, won't stop, go time, been through it, I know the drill. Young legend, that's how I feel. When it comes to winning, I cannot fail. Big dreams and bigger deals.